is the strength of street knowledge.
The willingness to speak truth.
I always want to do something. I always want to help my people.
Yeah!
After listening to the lies made up by federal government mainstream media,
I'ma tell them what.
Ain't right, man, ain't right.
You know what I mean?
I think it's time for you to hear the truth.
Every nation, in every region, now has a decision to make.
Hey yo! They don't like my songs. Bush came to my yard, he wants to take me on. Phone the most high, I'm like, yo, it's on. Devil's in my face, Pop, don't be long.
All you need is spice and soul. Have no fear, my son, my kingdom you own. 400 years, no knowledge of your home. Now is your chance to reclaim your throne.
Okay, Pop, yeah, no doubt. I buzz you back once I'm taking him out. But he reckons I got weapons, what's he talking about? I don't like the way the devil's running his mouth.
Now watch that, it's just an excuse. See, they don't like you, son, cause you tell the truth.
Hey, yo, Pop, United Nations turned up. They wanna search my yard till I f*** them up.
Nah, son, you leave them to me. Now you deal with that caution, call it power facile. I got fire for them bad side for those who oppose me. Hurricane, tornadoes, earthquakes, you'll see.
Exodus, the devil we no like. See the left from round upon the star line. Sir Marcus Garvey upon my mind. So we lay upon the black star line. Exodus, the devil we no like. See we left from round upon the star line. Sir Marcus Garvey upon my mind. So we lay upon the black star line.
I'm interested in the truth, and the truth is what I will pursue.
We have to recognize who our major enemy is.
The biggest challenge before you right now is, who is the enemy?
Life is becoming increasingly miserable for everybody. But when they find out who it is that's causing the trouble,
I will tell you what the mainstream media will not tell you.
That the Jewish people control the media.
People need to get out of denial very quickly, because your children are being poisoned, you're being poisoned, children are being indoctrinated and programmed and turned into software programs at school, you're being poisoned in the air, you've been poisoned from the sky, poisoned in your food, poisoned in your water, poisoned by vaccine. How bad does it have to get before people in vast numbers realize that the world ain't like they thought it was?
I'm talking to you. The principle and the idea was divide and rule, divide and conquer. $1 billion a week spent on war. 15 million Americans are homeless in the street. We can build Iraq and Afghanistan, but leave you with nothing.
You have to come together. There has to be a foundation of unity before you to get anywhere, especially if you're black in this country.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing else.
I want you to hear me.
Yeah!
Speak the truth regardless of circumstance and stand up on the truth from the cradle to the grave.
Devils on some dirty way. Yo, the murder was the case they gave. And it was just the other day when they stepped out the caucus man in caves. The murder's undercover blood. But guess what? They slipped up. The people are starting to wake up, and as soon as we get together, they ain't here to apologize for the outcry while we're on the genocide. Till today, from the time we arrived, Mother Africa is still dripping blood from her eyes. Ain't tiptoeing around my words. I'ma tell the truth till it hurts. And I'ma keep spreading love to the peace. But right now, I'ma drop the truth on the verse. And I'ma dismiss unrighteousness. My backside, they can kiss, they can't handle this. I got a long list of brains with power and fists who insist government's taking a piss.
Exodus, the devil we no like. See we left from round upon the star line. Sir Marcus Garvey upon my mind. So we lay upon the black star line. Exodus, the devil we no like. See we left from round upon the star line. Sir Marcus Garvey upon my mind. So we lay upon the black star line.
Yo, come let me bust the things for all you hustling. I might scuff your Tims how I'm busting in the fight. I'm struggling on some other thing. Head wrap and skull cap. I call my brother king. Wagwanin and you know that. It's like a prison wing. How we keep the show pack. I don't hold back. Radio, play my whole track. Most cats listen close as phone taps. There's no black in the Union Jack. Britain flows pierce ears like guns with studs in them. Count bars like you're stuck in prison. Count scars on a body that's slug-ridden. It's the fusion of the ease, bruise and ganja, giving these youths delusions of grandeur. and only a few who've left to have a stretch on the psychiatric wing. Return to the manor. I'm the one that rap for them people suffering. Try function in a world that's got no love for them. Enough of them would rather vote for Big Brother than vote for them hypocrites that's in the government. Well, f them then. It's Emmanuel and Brother Ben.
Yeah. Exodus the
Felt into your entire life. There's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind.
You think the US don't have weapons of mass destruction?
You ain't know what's gonna work. It's a general idea. With who? I'm working on it.
Jumbo, Otep, peace, salamo. This is Genesis Radio. My name is Sayshara. I want to say, Ra willing, that you're in good spirits, you're in the best of health, and life is definitely treating you well. I want to big up DJ Riggs, our beloved specialist DJ in the house, okay, playing his genres of music. As you know, he's giving a selection of really rare groove music, okay. Alright, so I hope you got that. Keep it locked and tuned in here on www.genesisradio.co.uk 24 hours a day, here coming from London, and we say what's up and what's going on in London, here in South London. And yeah, there's a lot of things going on right now, a lot of things happening, and I'll be interested to know what you're saying. And it's all about how can we have conversation, discussions about the things that's going on out there. Yeah, so I want to definitely say, for all those people that's locked in and tuned in, I want to say thank you for keeping locked in and tuned in. We know we got our regular listeners that are always tuned in, have been tuning in for years here on Genesis Radio. I want to big up every time. I want to big up the big community out there, London wide, the whole of the British country, Isles, and England as a whole, and everybody out there in the world right now, okay, who's vibrating and resonating on the energies that's out there. And we need to be able to create our own energy when we're talking about things from a black African or African Caribbean, Afrikan Heritage, Afrikan Descendent, Afrikan Ancestry, whatever we want to call yourselves out there, yeah, you know where we are and where you want to be, okay? So you're here on Genesis Radio. We're going to be looking at so many different things out here. As you know, we're not scared to talk about things here. And I want to apologize actually for last week. Yeah, there was so much interference, okay? It wasn't really coming from us. I don't know where it was coming from, okay? I think that it was an analog signal, and I think it's some sort of direct, you know, sabotage in the, you know, the way it was just, I just think it was just so weird anyway. You're getting this really audible FM signal coming through a digital signal, so it doesn't really make sense to me, okay? So, but, you know, we have technical difficulties. We have to try and find a way to get around it, so I apologize for those people that was locked in and tuned in and wasn't very happy with the way it was coming out, all right? So we're going to try and continue to improve on the quality of how we present our information and our music and everything, okay? So I want to pick up all the radio DJs out there putting their time and work and effort and energy in, and also to all the radio presenters that's here on Genesis Radio. I want to big you up every time, all right? So yeah, there's so much going on out there, and I'm going to be looking at talking about what is going on in here in London, in England, okay, as well as what's going on around other places like in the Caribbean and in America, United States of America, and in Africa. We need to look at all of these things, okay, and I think that it's important for us to recognize that whether we want to accept it or not, we're all connected in some shape or form when we're talking about our people as a whole, okay? Because I don't like to look at the way that we look at ourselves as if we're just exclusive to us here in the UQ, yeah, in the British Isles or in England, yeah. I think that we could do with a lot more unity or collectiveness, okay, if we work with our brothers across the globe, okay. And so I think it's important that we continue to do that, yeah. And you know, I want to big up all those people out there that's connected with people out there all over the place, all right? You know, because it's all about love and getting us together and to improve our conditions, to improve the way that we are living, okay? Not saying that, you know, we're living in any really bad way, but we have to really look at ourselves continually, yeah, and work and continue to work and to be able to build and develop ourselves, okay, to raise our improvements and our conditions and the way that we're living, okay. And we have to take all things into perspective, okay. We have to look at ourselves. We have to look at our physical way of life and way of being, and we have to look at things in a practical way when it comes to dealing with some of the problems and issues that's out there. And as you know, the whole world is plagued with issues, and I think we can say in 2018 here, you know, it's coming up to speeding up to the end of the year of October that we're in now. And so, you know, very soon, before you know it, by the time you blink your eyes, the year is done. So we need to be looking at also, you know, how have we improved, you know, without thinking about, you know, the time that we're living, okay? How have we improved ourselves, okay? What are the things that we've done over this period of time, okay? And what's been happening, all right? And you know, things, you know, you got good things that's happening and you got bad things that's happening, all right? And we could say that that's just life in general, yeah. So, you know, for some of those people that's interested or is tuned in, okay, and you know, they're interested in what's going on out there. They really want to know. They really care. They really want to be informed about what's happening out there, yeah. You're in contact with social media in some shape or form. You're in contact with communicating with various people. And I think that, yeah, we're living in a world where, you know, socially we're interacting in different ways and spreading different knowledge and sharing different knowledge and expressions and feelings and thoughts and all of those things, and it's fantastic, it's great, yeah. However, there's always a downside to all of this stuff, okay, if we're not controlling it, yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on out there, and I think that in a way, yeah, we're kind of hooked into it. We're kind of hooked into this whole social media interaction, okay, and it's just a part of way of life, okay. But I think that the thing that we need to know and understand is what's factual information, okay, and how we can use the information to improve our lives, to improve the quality of our lives, and, you know, to improve other people's lives. And how can we make this whole planet, this whole place, you know, a better place for us to be living in, and more importantly for our children and our future generations. And it's always something that I emphasize a great deal, that you know, as parents, as adults, as a member of our family, as a nation of people as a whole, yeah, when we're addressing ourselves, okay, we recognize that we have a responsibility to our children, okay, and that we understand how we love our children and we want the best for our children, okay. And I don't think that we should even consider second best or third best in the way that is happening right now out there, yeah, in different forms and in different ways, yeah. So we need to be able to generally have a different approach, a new approach about how we're looking at things, how we see things, okay, in the way that we need to be looking at things, in the way that we need to be doing things to be able to build us up and not build us down. We're not talking about really building, like, you know, doing things or using things that's not going to really help us. It's not going to benefit us. It's not in our interest, or it does not reflect who we are as a nation of people as a whole. So why are we even bothering with that? Culturally, we have to, it doesn't matter what we want to call ourselves out there. Culturally, we identify ourselves as one group of people, and other groups of people, they look at us as one group of people as well. All right? But sometimes we get it convoluted, we get it confused, because we're kind of being adopted by the system, so to speak. Yeah, you know, the system has adopted us, okay, in the way that it wants to control our identity. Yeah, and then so they were controlling us. Yeah, if you look at the way that we, you know, one of the things that we need to talk about is, I was saying recently in some time, is look at the way who's really controlling us. Who's really controlling us? Yeah, because we can sort of beat around the bush and sweep things underneath the carpet, and we're good at that. Yeah, and we can try and deny things and hide. And the way I'm looking at things is, look, right, we have to just deal with things face on. We can't be looking at things and talking about things, yeah, without actually being direct, having a direct approach. In other words, yeah, when we're talking and saying things, okay, we're not saying things to be lessen or to belittling ourselves, to be lesser beings, yeah. We're not looking at that. We should accept, right, what other groups of people, they may see things in the way how they want to control things, okay, and in the way that the process of them controlling things, okay, they're able to exploit us because we're not able to, we're not structured enough, okay, to be able to defend ourselves, okay, against people that's taking advantage of us. And I think that's something that we got to face up to. If people's taking advantage of our people, you go anywhere you go, you see our people have been taken advantage of, okay, and people don't think that's a problem, or they don't think that's an issue, and that we should just accept that, and it's wrong. Yeah, and so we got to find ways to, for those people that's interested and that really care, yeah, that's sincere and they mean well, yeah, and they're genuine, that we care about our people, okay, and why shouldn't we? Why should we think that we shouldn't want to care for our people and want to protect them and defend them and want the best for them, okay? And, you know, we want to be able to build our own future the way that we want to build it, okay? So we got a lot of problems and issues to deal with, yeah? And it's going to take time. There is a lot of good things going on, yeah? There is, you know, a really collective, conscious thoughts of really looking at things differently now. I think there is, you know, people are not looking at things one way anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just one way. It's just their way and the only way. No, but there's other ways to look at things. Do you know what I'm saying? And if we cannot accept that this system is not a real good system, yeah, and that if you don't think that there could be a better system, then why are we even having these conversations? Why are we even talking about it? We might just put everything down and just like let things happen, yeah? But no, we know, some of us that is, know that we could do better than this. We could do a whole leap, 1,000 times better than this, yeah? And we've coming from a place, okay, as the original people on the planet Earth, okay, if you talk about our ancient genes, DNA, genealogy, okay, if you want to talk about that, yeah, we had all of that. You see what I'm saying? We had all of that, yeah? We had a place where we came from originally, as the natural living people on this planet Earth, okay, living in nature, within nature, okay, and we respect nature, we use nature in a way that we made things complement nature without destroying nature, yeah? So how can we say that, you know, we got people destroying nature here, there and everywhere, and it's expanding rapidly, and people want to choose to ignore that and say, well, you know, that's the system, you know, that's how it is, that's the system. We just got to accept that. Shrug his shoulders and, oh, what can you do about that, Sayshara? Yeah? But I understand people have concerns because you have children. We will have children, okay? And we think, oh, you know what? Let's try and find a way to sort of like work within the system and just ignore the fact that we can even think about creating a better system. It's like a defeatist real attitude. It's like you're defeating yourself straight away. Yeah, you're saying to yourself that you're just settling for second or third best. You know, when we can do wholly better. Just think about it. Yeah, we know we could do so much more and better, and we have done. Yeah, but the problems that we have, okay, why we're not able to go forward in such a rapid succession is because of who's controlling the dynamics. You have to factor that in, yeah. And I've always said that, you know, and I'm going to be talking about this as time goes by, that our leadership have been exploited to the hilt, and it's just so ridiculous to even, you know, for people that don't even understand this, won't even comprehend this, okay, unless you kind of break it all down or get people to sit down and listen to all of that stuff, okay. So we've got a real problem with the leadership, and you know, we've got a clean house, so to speak, all right. And I think partially reparations is about that, and you know, I think people have different views about how reparations should be, you know, dealt with, or how reparations should look like as a process, okay. And so far, from what I can see, I don't see anything happening when it comes to dealing with the process of reparations, yeah. But I think that more needs to be done in that area, and I'm sure there's people out there that's putting in work, and you know, I have to big up those people every time, and everybody that's putting in work, no matter where you are, yeah, how small or great it is, okay, you know, you're working for a good cause and a real purpose, a true purpose, okay, and you recognize that. Now I want to look at some of these articles. The thing I realize about when you're dealing with one subject, okay, that you miss out on all the things that's going on out there. There's so much things going on out there that, in a way, I have to be able to keep up with what's going on out there in terms of the social media, because everything is connected, yeah, everything's connected. Recently there was talking about Facebook and all this stolen data, like the millions and millions of stolen data. So that's the kind of culture that we're living in, okay. We live in a culture now that we're talking about digital technology, okay, and digital data and digital information and all of this stuff, okay, that's stored as information. And it's all about controlling that as well, yeah, and how that's been used and abused and manipulated, and you know, people are using it to control people, to dominate people's lives and things like that, yeah. And you know, there's things that they've been saying recently that I've been hearing. It's just little, you know, you're wondering, and sometimes you have to wonder if people are just planting these seeds out there just to get a reaction. You just don't know, yeah. But they were saying things like, but then you got to think about it, because you know, there's always two sides of the coin and looking at things. So you got to think about what they're saying sometimes, because you know, you can't trust everything what everybody's saying, yeah. But you have to still take note, yeah. Just because you just never know, you just can never know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it can be difficult, yeah, trying to judge something that's happening right now, yeah, or at a time, a moment, yeah. Because I think recently, for example, they would, like I said, they was talking about Facebook. Facebook was in trouble recently, and then to even more recently, Google was in trouble, yeah. And there's some big controversy with Google and the relationship that they have with the Chinese government. And it seems like the United States of America, they're not happy with Google at the moment and the way that they're dealing with the Chinese right now. And I think that the way the United States of America are going at this present moment, by the way I'm looking at things, they're looking like that they're watching everybody that's not with them. If you're not with them, if you're not going to be with them, if you're not going to play ball with them, that they're going to really scrutinize you, yeah. And you know, they may have their concerns, maybe their security concerns like around the issues around security and their national interests, that you know, maybe there's an issue between Donald Trump and you know, the opposition that there is, that you know, that you can see, some of you can see that Donald Trump is dealing with some opposition, because you know, compared to, look at the way you make comparisons in the way that Barack Obama, the ex-president of the United States, was sitting down there in the White House, and look at what's going on with Donald Trump. Donald Trump, I mean, yeah, Barack Obama was taking a lot of heat. Any president would anyway in the United States of America, because they're going on like they're like the gods on the planet Earth, all right? So they feel like, you know, they have a responsibility to the world, and the world's, you know, so indoctrinated and brainwashed and conditioned, they really bow down to the United States of America and think that, yeah, they're the savior. You see what I'm saying? So generally speaking, you know, United States of America, anybody that takes that position as a president, okay, has a lot of heat to deal with, okay? You're dealing with the world's issue, and everybody's looking at you to deal with the world issue, so to speak, yeah? But we know it's never going to be one man. One man can't solve the problems, okay? It's not about that, yeah? There's like a whole administration team behind that, yeah? And as you know, for some of us that knows, okay, we know that a lot of these governments, they're not actually doing or acting as a true president, you know what I'm saying? Because some of the things that they're doing, you think, what's happening there? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, so what I'm saying is that the difference between, look, you know, Barack Obama, who's a black man, who's getting a lot of heat, yeah, from certain groups of people, even some of our own people. I mean, some of us knew that, you know, Barack Obama, he's never going to be with us. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't going to be with us. Yeah, so I'm saying that he was going to do anything for us, okay, and that's just a fact, yeah. But anyway, that's just political, you know, what you call arguments that go out there, that whether he's a good president for black people or not. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, because a lot of people are going to be thinking, yeah, if you know, that would be the obvious thing, yeah, but it doesn't go like that. It doesn't go like that, yeah. And I think it's been a shock for some people to see, you know, that a black president of the United States of America is meant to be the, you know, the leaders of the world and all that's come and gone. 8 years, boom. Nothing, hardly anything's changed for black people's life. In fact, it's worse. If you go to the United States of America, how much homeless people are out there on the streets? They ain't talking about that. The black people out there, it's amazing about black America, and we're going to be looking at that, yeah? But it's amazing, yeah, how black America has got some real issues, and they're not talking about that, yeah? Just, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, so what I'm saying is Donald Trump now is taking a lot of heat. Yeah, I can see that myself. I'm going to admit that. Yeah, I'm going to admit that. Yeah, there's something that's been going on from a long time. Yeah, we know he's one of them. Yeah, but I feel that there's some power struggle definitely going on out there. Yeah, because you got the BRICS argument, for example, which is the BRICS collaboration, which you're not hearing much about, okay? But you got the BRICS, collaboration, which is really, no one shouldn't really complain about it, because if you look at a lot of these organizations, these mainstream organizations, okay, they, and corporations and things like that, they're all collaborating together. You got countries collaborating together, and you got like countries, they all coming together. You got like the European Union, you know what I'm saying? You got the United Nations, yeah. You got all these different mainstream organizations out there, and they're collaborating, yeah, and they're doing their things. There's a lot of that goes on between countries and corporations. There's a lot of collaboration going on, yeah, and maybe that's fine. But at the same time, how's it helping the majority on this planet Earth? Okay, you've got all these organizations that are claiming to be serving and talking about solving and deal with problems and issues, okay? And what you find in a lot of things that I see is that it's just a front. It's all a front. Do you know what I'm saying? It's all a front to get people to buy, to subscribe people into these things, okay? To make people think, yeah, we're going to really do something. We are doing something, yeah? But it's not happening. A lot of times, okay, it's not happening, alright? Or if it is, it's just in small portions where, they will give you, or I should say, when I say they, I'd say the elites, okay, who's running things at the time right now, yeah, they're only going to give you enough, okay, to make it look like they're doing something, okay, and they're going to be looking at always finding ways to come out with new ideas, yeah, to basically swindle people, to be able to rob people, yeah. And it's interesting how the elite operate within their own code. They have their own code, okay, where they're very privileged. They're very privileged, okay. When you get to a certain level, and a lot of these, high-ranking politicians and high-ranking army generals, and a lot of people, those kind of status, they've got high status, okay, providing they're playing ball, yeah, with the system, doors are going to open, yeah, and they'll be able to make money. Yeah, it's all about money. That's why a lot of things don't happen from a lot of political leaders, okay, and the ones that are really intending to do something good, yeah, and are genuine, they're the ones that tend to have a lot of problems, okay. So now going back to what I'm saying about this power struggle, where maybe the United States of America and the European Union and all this stuff to do with Brexit, okay, is to do with the resources, okay, and I think maybe they all want to divide up, yeah, themselves, okay. They've maybe want to fracture them, fraction themselves, okay, into different groups, yeah. And there's maybe they're doing it, but in the process they're having issues, and maybe they're not agreeing with certain things. So maybe the BRICS thing, whether or not people think it's genuine or not, yeah, or it's gonna happen, yeah, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. You know, you know, look at those 5 countries, okay, and you know, what are they talking about? Yeah, are they looking to change the system? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Are they looking to change the system? Are they forcing the issue to change the system? And maybe that for that reason, you're having Brexit. You're having this Brexit thing going on, yeah? Or for that reason, you've got Donald Trump being very nationalistic and patriarchal and patriotic and all of this stuff, and being very, you know, America first. It's, you know, it's all about America being first, okay? It's all about them, yeah? Serving them. So they're all about, America's right now talking about, they're only interested in doing something if they're going to benefit. And if they see that you're trying to benefit off them, right, they're going to try and block you. Yeah, that's what they're saying. So they've been talking about this for quite a little while. Yeah, that they want to sell foods to you. They want to force you to sell their foods, right? And so what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Well, we know what's up with that. Some of us do, innit? Yeah, we know what's happening there. Yeah. There's a serious issue, and we talk about the toxic environment that we're living in, yeah, and how it's affecting our health and our well-being, and that we have to look at our physical well-being as well as our emotional and psychological well-being, and that we need to be able to have these types of hygienes, emotional hygiene or psychological hygiene. We've got to clean ourselves up. If things are really, really bad, then look at the mess that's happening out there, isn't it? Yeah? So what can we do to clean it up? So I'm saying, if we know that this place is a mess, there's a mess over there, there's a mess over there, what we're going to do, just leave that mess to pile up. No, we need to come together, yeah, and really get rid of that mess. We use the tools that we got to get rid of that mess, yeah. I think that, like I said, we shouldn't wait for another group of people to tell us when or where or how to take responsibility. We just need to take responsibility, regardless of whether they reject or don't accept the way that we're looking at things or the way that we're doing things, okay? We have to have our own moral and ethics, okay? Our own judgments and our own way of doing things, okay? We have to we can't wait for the system to sort this problem out when they're not doing it. Yeah, and that's pretty obvious, okay? And it's not to cause alarm to people, okay? To make people feel that they should be scared of life in general. Yeah, it's not about scaring people, you know. It's about looking at what's really happening out there, looking at the facts, yeah, and seeing the correlation that there's some correlation that's happening here. There's too often it's repeating itself. Yeah. And we cannot continue to dismiss this. We have to take responsibility of things that's happening out there, and we can't ignore it, okay? So you see, you know, Donald Trump recently blowing his trumpet, talking about he's going to sanction, or he's going to, you know, cut off resources, or he's going to cut off loans or whatever they got, because they're controlling a lot of things. They control a lot of stuff, okay, and they can dictate how they want to deal with a country, okay. They can stamp their authority, and they will do, yeah. So what? So you got to align yourself. They're saying that you got to align yourself to America, okay, or you're going to be against them. Yeah. So you know, if you're not trading with them, if you're not doing business with them, because it's all about business. Yeah. It's all about business. This is how these people looking at things right now. Yeah, they're not playing games. All right. And America is just one military industrial complex that needs to be continually oiled and tuned up, and you know, continually using taxpayers' money to maintain and sustain it, which is really a lot of the weapons. That's why they're going to try and find a way to use these weapons, because they're just going to go redundant. All right. And they're not probably going to get the benefits from it, or they're not going to get the profits from it, okay, because people's making profits from weapons of mass destruction. And I think recently there's been in the press an issue with Saudi Arabia. Just switching a little bit to let you know that it's all about business, yeah, because the relationship that they're having here it's not genuine, is it? They don't really care. When they do business, do they really care about each other? They don't really care. They don't really care. They just want your money, innit? Yeah? They just want to get your money. Right? So they're prepared to do business with Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia's got billions. You hear them saying there's been a lot of controversy about Saudi Arabia for years. Right? As well as Israel and the Israeli military army. And you know, you got these different forms of feudal systems, these types of dictatorships, or these types of, you know, tyrannical rulership, okay, that just tends to rule by their own laws. They have their own laws, okay, and yeah, there's issues with them, you know, crossing the, you know, international laws, where a lot of these leaders, they don't abide by international laws. What are you talking about? They don't. Yeah? Because, look, Saudi Arabia can commit untold human rights abuses, and they have been and done that, and Israel and all these different countries all over the place. You can identify some of them. I'm just naming the main two. That's pretty obvious, right? They get away with blue murder every time. Why? It's because it's business. Yeah? It's business. Right? And, you know, what is in terms of us as people, how do we fit into that? Yeah, how do we fit into this? You're going to see what I'm talking about. You see that a lot of stuff is disproportionate. This is a real word for us to understand. Yeah. Because we don't control. We don't. You know, we have to accept. We don't control international laws and policy. We're not at the negotiating table. I don't see any leader that's black, African, Caribbean, or whatever. I don't see them negotiating international law. Only in the United Nations. But the United Nations, as you know, is a club. Right? Okay? And basically, all of those countries that signed up to the United Nations, okay, they got to follow their lead. Yeah? They're the people that's running the United Nations, right? They're the ones that's paying these people, those leaders, wages. What are you talking about? Are they going to say anything about their jobs? Any of those leaders that sign up to the United Nations, okay, they're getting paid. The soldiers are getting paid. Okay? Or what you call the peacekeepers, the United Nations peacekeepers, they're getting paid. There's a system. What we need to understand that within this gigantic, enormous system, there's an array of systems. Systems on top of systems on top of systems on top of systems. Yeah? A multiplex of you know, untold systems, and, you know, numerous amounts of systems. In fact, we live in a complicated systematic system. It's very complicated, all right? And most people would not be able to comprehend all of that stuff. Yeah, and most people, I'm not saying, you know, Genesis listen all this. I know you're keen and you know what's going on out there. You're looking to know what's happening out there, yeah? But most people, they don't care. They're not interested because they're bogged down with working, you know, just to keep a roof over their head. They're just trying to make a living just to survive. Most people, they ain't got time for all of that stuff. I understand that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, there's a lot of people, they're not interested in all of this stuff that we're talking about. Yeah, they don't think that's going to improve their life. It's not going to improve the quality of their life. They don't have any, they don't have that sort of get up and go. Yeah, they don't have that confidence in themselves. Yeah, to think that we don't have to be looking at things one way, or it has to be a certain way. Yeah, and we need to be looking at things all the time. Now, recently, I want to go to this article. There's been, you know, I don't want people to miss this. I don't want to miss this. Yeah, when we're talking about things. Yeah, but recently, and I'm tuned in. Yeah. And I want to big up Mac 1, Andrew, Special Edition DJ, E, Ross Wonder, and Big Stepper, D, Roll, and yeah, I want to big up the family, yeah? Most definitely, and I'm open sounding cool right now so I can really get into things, okay? I'll really kick off, right? So I'm going to look at a few articles, okay? One by one. You're welcome to actually phone in. The telephone numbers are 074 043 67618. Yeah? So I want to make sure I'm sounding alright. Last week I was so jarred, man. That signal, man. Oh. Alright, so make sure I'm sounding loud. So okay, so just send me a text on 079 31 276 232. I want to big up Sister Etupu. Yeah, I want to big up all the people that was at Sister Hearty Jean's this day. Yeah, okay, I want to big up all the people that was there supporting that. Most definitely, yeah. And yeah, it was a good you know, gathering. Most definitely. A lot of love and togetherness and all the good things that we're all about, okay? And it's all about actually sharing the black pound, yeah, or the African pound, yeah? It's all about sharing the money within ourselves, okay? But obviously we've got a long way to go to be able to build our own ways that we need to create our own resource center where we can amalgamate and we can find our own resources, okay, to work on, okay, where we can share that and trade with that and barter with that and whatever, you know. We don't have to depend on the system, yeah. But yeah, I understand when people saying that we've got no choice, yeah. And so I'm just letting you know, yeah, that we should be looking ahead of time, yeah, and always. When Marcus Garvey, everyone talks about Marcus Garvey and the liberation and reparations and repatriation and emancipation and, you know, being free and being self-independent and all of this stuff, and it's fantastic, and I'm up with that, yeah. But you got a lot of people that saying that, you know, Marcus Garvey was all about creating his own system, yeah, having his own government, being self-reliant, self-supported, not depending on other people for begging for things and, you know, accepting aid and you know, all these loans, yeah, and so many different things, pledges. I think, was it the other day, we had somebody's pledging The Prime Minister, Theresa May, pledging 200 million. Do you remember that? Well, she pledged 200 million to get our babies aborted. Right? Let's not forget that. Too often. So they do these things. These are the things that they do. Yeah? And the thing is, yeah, let me touch on this whole thing around this abortion, parent planning, and all this sick things that they're getting our people to do to encourage us, encouraging the mothers of our children, the mother, yeah, to want to, they're encouraging our children, the mothers. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have children and you're going to tell me that when they grow up and become a woman, yeah? You see what I'm saying? That nature tells us that we have to procreate. We have to have children. We have to have babies. Okay? But when they're trying to purport a system giving you money directly to your face, it's an insult and it's a disrespect and it's an offense. Yes, I'm saying? Yeah? Because, you know what I'm saying? That's not coming from ordinary people. So I want to make some distinctions there. Because, yeah, most of the people on, the indigenous people here that call themselves English or whatever, Welsh, Scottish or Irish, you know what I'm saying? They got their divisions as well here in the so-called UQ, United Kingdom. Alright? There's divisions here. Alright? But, however, they're under this sovereignty, innit? They're under this sovereignty. Okay? And they say that you have to deal with the rule of law. You know what I'm saying? But then that's fine, but they don't deal with common law. So there's a difference between common law and their so-called rule of law. But you see how they, as a group of people here, yeah, I'm not talking about just the ordinary people, like the ordinary layman people. I'm not talking about that. Yeah, we're talking about the elite, because the government is part of the elite. Yeah, some of them, not all of them. Not all of the government, members, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody's like that, yeah? But those who know that's a part of it, yeah? They are the ones, right, that they are going to invest in little pledges, like 200 million. Someone's put that money together, yeah? That's an investment. It's not just we're going to give you 200 million. That 200 million, yeah, is going to go where? Where's it going to go? Yeah? It's going to go to the pharmaceuticals industry, because they're the ones that's going to have to make all the vaccines and all of this stuff. Yeah? All the medical stuff, whatever it is. Yeah? It's just another way to make money. Yeah? There's people sitting in these high places. Well, not... Yeah, they're just thinking of different ways of how they can exploit people. And like, they're sitting down there churning the minds of, they got people that they got sitting down saying to them, look, you got to find a way to exploit, find another way to exploit certain things. There's got to be a way. Yeah? So there's people doing that. There's people, you know what I mean? And that's what to me, that's what it's about. So that's not a good look. That is definitely not a good look. And people's complaining about that. Yeah, for good reason. Yeah, people's complaining about, when I say people's complaining about, let me be specific. Yeah? This country's always been talking about the fact that they're giving away millions, maybe even billions. Yeah? But a lot of the people here in this country don't get it. They just don't get it. They blame everything on immigration. Yes, I'm saying they blame everything on immigration. And all they need to do is look in their backyard. Just look at your Westminster Abbey. Just look at the people that's running that place. I'm not just talking about the politicians. Just look at the whole institution, the whole hierarchy, the whole culture. Just look at it. Go inside, and people have no idea. They have no idea. They don't understand the history, much less the politics. Yeah, because it's all about that. Now, recently here in London, let me go to this article, that we've always had this issue, yeah, where it says there in this article, police outrage over Diane Abbott's poisonous tweet. It's not about Diane Abbott's tweet, but she's saying that she's claiming officers are using disproportionate levels of force to arrest young black men. Now, we faced a lot of these types of injustices for years, for decades, okay? This is nothing new. I think even Europeans, even the people here, they're well aware of it. Yeah, and we've got some real liberals. They're concerned. You've got some real liberals here. They're concerned about it because they see, you know, they're talking about it. But not all of them see it, you know what I'm saying? But some of them see that it's, you know, that black people are treated very, very badly compared to white people. I'm going to use the language, alright? So there's a difference between the dynamics between black and white. People want to try and say that's not a big thing. Until one day the police come and beat you down to the ground, then you know what time it is. So a lot of our people, they don't see anything until it actually happens to them. It's only when it affects them that they realise. Don't wait till then. We need to know things now. We shouldn't be talking about, oh well, you know, it only happens it happens very frequently, these type of things. No, it's been happening for years, and it's happening quite often, and too often, in fact. Yeah, and generally speaking, we've got a big community of 1 million people here, or over 1 million people, and these things are happening again, and we just sit around and don't do nothing about it. Let's be real. Nothing gets done. I'm not saying that people aren't out there. There are people out there that are looking to protect people, okay, or prevent people from getting affected by these things, okay. There are people that's fighting for the injustices. I'm not saying there isn't, but there's just not enough of those people, okay. There's just not enough of our people here in this country. They're just not tuned in. They're not caring no more. Okay? You see what I'm saying? But it's really disgusts me to see this happening. Yeah, and when it comes to our people, right? Our young people, yeah? Our people as a whole, right? When I've seen them getting beat down by police, yeah? They always, it doesn't matter what anybody wants to say, yeah? They always come in a big crowd when it comes to one black person. Why? They come down. This was a terrible thing, yeah, that happened to this young man. Okay? I don't know, you know, the situation of how this whole thing turned out the way it turned out. I don't know all the full facts. Do you get what I'm saying? But I saw the video, and I've got to tell you, it's really crude that these kind of things are happening. Yeah? I mean, it's like they treat you like a dog, you know? Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah? Too often this happens, too often, right? And the worst thing I saw in this video clip, okay, of this young man, okay, alright, I think whatever the offence was, it was a minor offence, yeah, minor, whatever it is that they said, they claimed that he done, or they said that they was gonna like actually charge him, okay? They was gonna find a way to charge you, yeah, to stitch you up, right? But you know, Diane Abbott, you know, I just want you to know that Diane Abbott is a black MP from East London Hackney, right? Shadow Secretary, I think, if I remember, right? She's one of, she's very close to Jeremy Corbyn, the Labour MP. We could say leader of the Labour Party. Okay, let me just get that right. Yeah. So it says that Diane Abbott was condemned by police. Now, you know, like she said that the police was on her case, isn't it? For they're saying that she shouldn't even say anything. She's not supposed to be commenting. They're saying that the Home Secretary sparked controversy by accusing Scotland Yard of poisoning relations with the black community through their stop and search tactics. And so the row erupted after the Labour MP for Hackney North and South Stoke Newington took to Twitter to highlight a video of a 23-year-old man being wrestled to the ground and sprayed with CS gas by 4 officers, adding that unnecessary force by police against young black man has to stop. Okay, but then you got this chairman of the police federation that represents the rank and file officers hit back, and he goes on to say that these comments are inflammatory and cause tensions within communities. He said such sweeping anti-police statements without knowing the facts are incredibly damaging. It is comments like these which poison police community relationships. So now you see, he's stating his argument, yeah? But you see his argument is not, it's kind of weak, it's very flawed compared to, you know, we can give arguments all day long, yeah? And they're saying that this, what he's saying is going to come over, it's somehow it's going to trump our argument, yeah? The fact that he's just literally sweeping it underneath the carpet, just ignoring the facts himself, yeah? And he doesn't recognize that the police force has a problem with overexerting their forces on black people, generally as a whole, yeah? And I'm watching this right now, yeah? And it just looks so brutal, especially when you got he's face down on the ground, yeah? Metropolitan Police, yeah, officers criticised over Harlesden arrests, because it's happened in Harlesden, yeah? Northwest London. Now you got this, the thing that's really troubling to me is that this could be any one of us, okay? And you know, maybe a lot of us think, oh, that's not happening to me, so what do I care? That's not me, so I don't really care. But what happens if it happens to you? Huh? What happens if it's gonna happen to you? You're gonna, because I feel like, somehow I feel like we're not giving our young men the support that they're due. I feel that's what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like we're neglecting our young people out here, because this should, I think back in the day, this could never ever happen. Never. What are you talking about? Right? So they got this young man down, there's 5 of them, and they kind of tying his hands behind his back and things like that, and trying to put the cuffs on and trying to put all kinds of things, and they're beating him up and all of this stuff, okay? And there's strings being pulled, there's all kinds of things going on there. And like, yeah, you see somebody really kick him, kneeing him, yeah? But the worst thing is, he's on the ground and his face is flat on the floor, and somebody's spraying close up the CS spray or gas or whatever it's called, yeah? And yet, when they used to test these things out, they tested these things out, right? And anybody that's looked at this stuff, or when they tested out The police themselves tested these CS sprays, okay, themselves out, okay? And, you know, the police that, they got experiment, of course they got to test it out, innit? Yeah? And the police that actually had to act the part to get sprayed, they didn't like it. They didn't like it from a distance, much less sprayed up. So what are you telling me? This person may be allergic to something. They don't really care. You're going to tell me this ain't brutal, this ain't barbaric. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, this is wrong. For 2018, yeah, for our people to be treated like common, we're not criminals like that. We're not terrorists like that. What you know, we don't. Our people don't deserve that. No people deserves that. Do you get what I'm saying? None. Yeah. However, we gotta put a stop to this. You know what I'm saying? Because too often what happens is, you hear what happens. You get death in custody because nothing's done about things like this. Yeah. So yeah, you know, Diane Abbott MP for Hackney. She, to me, I didn't think she'd get a lot of support. She didn't get a lot of support from black people. You know, in different places, wherever black people are, in that so-called society, you don't hear their voices. No one's saying anything about this. Now, if Diane Abbott is MP, I don't know how many people's following her on Twitter and all of that stuff. I don't follow all this Twitter stuff, okay? But I would imagine quite a lot of black people love Diane Abbott in certain circles, most definitely. In certain segments of black society, yeah? And she's probably got a big following and stuff like that, yeah? And that a lot of people would pay attention to her, yeah? Even if you didn't like her, or if you didn't care about politics or not interested, you just want to know what she's saying, innit? Yeah? Because she's been around a long time. First black woman MP and all of that stuff, yeah? So it amazed me that, you know, we got a black police federation or something like that. We got all these black organizations and we've got the Black Law Society. We've got all these different things, yeah, in different places where we are. But a lot of people just stay silent to a lot of stuff and they don't say anything. And I don't know why we're afraid. We're afraid to say anything because we need to be vocal. We need to be vocal, yeah. We need to make our voice be heard and people hearing us, okay? And too often, too many times, we don't want police to continue this type of brutality and the murderation of our people, okay? And so once again, there's a long list of disproportional you know, issues that we got, problems, yeah? It's just, I don't see anything gonna change because I think one of the things that needs to be talked about, yeah, maybe that may not be what you could say the smoking gun, yeah, is that if people saying that they want to follow the system, they accept the system and that we should do all this stuff to go with the system, play the white man's game and all of this stuff, right, and that's fine, yeah. Why don't they debate this whole thing in Parliament? Why can't we get it so they can debate this whole problem issue that we have, this so-called race relations, whatever that means, whatever it is, yeah? The problems that we have with immigration, the problems that we have with our children in the school educational system, in the colleges, in the universities. The problems our people have in various industries up and down the country, right? Where they face untold discrimination, untold prejudice. Just their names alone will, will cause them problems to even get a job. Yeah? Or because they're black, they cannot get a job. Alright? And so we've got a lot of issues. We can't get housing. Yeah? The housing market is gone nuts. They don't care about young people no more. They don't want young people to live. Young people have to live with their parents now. Until they're 30, 40, who knows, maybe 50. Do you get what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Okay? Yeah, they mashed up, the whole thing around how we meant to be living socially. They kind of mashed it all up. Yeah, and it's like things have gone backwards. Like it's going backwards. Yeah? Because a lot of young people, unfortunately, they see, to them, they shouldn't feel like this, really. They shouldn't feel like this. But they feel like maybe there's no future. Not all of them, some of them. They feel like I said, we need to protect these young people. Yeah. I don't know what to say about this. Yeah, but just think that these, what can you say about this, man? Seriously. People just, why are they so animalistic? This is like, alright, the problem with, I understand what's going on here, The problem with us, and this is not, there's nothing wrong, in nature, as people who are naturally stronger physically, yeah, sometimes we tense up ourselves a little bit, yeah, because obviously it's a natural thing to do, to react, to tense yourself up in a certain situation. But the way these police officers, by now they should be trained. They should be trained and skilled to know how to deal with certain altercations, situations, predicaments, circumstances. What I'm saying is, yeah, it's not about being aggressive, right? It's just like this kind of mindset. This is so bent in. It has to be so physically, with so much force, exerting so much force. You know what I'm saying? All right. So look, I got a text here. Let me see. This racist white man refused to. I'm gonna big up 753. Thanks for sending me this text. This racist white man refused to sit next to an elderly black woman on a Ryanair flight. He called her an ugly black bastard and threatened to push her to another seat if she didn't move to another seat. Raw, that's terrible. Ryanair does nothing. UK Twitter identifying. UK Twitter identified him. So, right. So there's a link here. All right. Unfortunately, on this BlackBerry, I can't actually go to the link. But if you can find the subtitle, then maybe I can get it up. Yeah. So yeah, look, this is and I want to thank 753 because this is exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. That for some reason there's a different attitude when it comes to dealing with black people. It's totally different in so many different ways as well. So many different situations and different places. Yeah, it doesn't. It seems to be like it's just one rule for one group of people, and there's another rule for another group, and that's they may see that they have the God Almighty given right to see things or to think like that or to be like that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can get this call and I'll come back to you. What? This is no, you're ringing the wrong number. Yeah, could you call the other number, which is 07404367618? Okay, I'll ring it out. Shall I say it again? This is the text number. 074 043 67 618. Jumbo. Salama. Yeah, so yeah, very interesting that text, sir. That's just thank you. That was a really good example of what we're talking about. Yeah. But we need to find ways to be able to gather these types of information. Yeah. By now, we're supposed to have our own type of database storing information like this. Okay. And basically, we have our own advisory center for support, where people can come to that center to complain about these types of various issues wherever they are. Because we need something like that. Yeah? We can't depend on the race relation system for... Yes, Genesis Radio, Sayshara speaking.
Hi, Sayshara, Charmaine.
Yes, good evening, Charmaine. Good night, good day, good morning, wherever you are on this planet Earth. But I know you're in London. Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
When did the incident happen in Harlesden?
It happened, I think it was last week. Last week.
Last week.
Let me see what day. I got here this was updated. So it says from the 6th of October, this article.
So it's recent anyway.
Yeah, definitely recently. Yeah.
Very recent. But that is like the fourth incident I've heard in as many days. There was the one with the guy on the train. Did you not hear about that one?
No.
The guys were on the train coming from Manchester. That blogger, his name is, I can't remember his name anyway, but he always posts things and he's always taping. So basically they're on the train and some white woman got on and there was many seats. The black guy had his bag on the seat next to him.
Yeah.
And there was also oh my gosh, I forget his name. He's a blogger anyway, a black guy. So he filmed the whole incident. So she said she wanted to sit next to the guy. The guy said, well, why do you want to sit here? There's loads of seats. Why do you really need to sit here? So he must have taped the whole thing and he went and sat next to the guy after this white chick knocked the boy's hat off his head and everything. And then she proceeded to phone the police and say that he tried to assault her. He tried to rape her.
No.
Yes. The police came and apparently they had to drive the two guys back to London because one, there was video footage, and two, there were people to see that nothing didn't go like that.
Oh my! You see what's happening, isn't it?
This is what I'm saying. That's one incident, that I've heard this week. I'm going to go through them.
So,
the second one is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
The third one, I saw another person posted online. It was in a Sainsbury's. And there's an African security guard. You can clearly see he's of Afrikan descent, and there's a white man. And the white man, I don't know what the white man did, because the videos are like kind of short. They don't show everything from start to finish. Yeah. But anyway, the white man was like, his attitude was like, you don't come here in this country and tell me what I can do. Like the way he spoke that, and it was horrible. Everybody in the shop was vexed, uproar. And then again, the Ryanair thing, it made the news this evening. I had it, and someone else sent me another video of this old white man speaking to this old elderly black woman. She's on. They're on the. I think it's 4 seats. So there's like 2 E's at the window seat. She's on the aisle seat, and there's 2 seats that are empty.
Yeah.
From where they're sitting, and he's saying, "Yeah, you ugly black bastard."
So you're saying that the seats were empty?
There were 2 seats in between them.
So what was he? So he's complaining about. You mean to say he didn't want her to sit down? 2
Right,
seats
he
away
didn't
from
want her.
her?
Yes, he didn't want her to sit anywhere near him. And the Ryanair staff, they don't do nothing. If you Google it, I think it would come up.
Wow, that's serious.
And this is my point. That's 4 different incidents in 1 week.
Wow. So
that I have seen and heard of. What has changed in this country, please? And they are backed by their governments.
Yeah, I think it's that
They're
Brexit stuff. That Brexit stuff.
Pardon?
You know that Brexit. Remember I said, I've been saying this, right, Sister Charmaine, yeah? That Brexit is a big distraction, right, for the majority of people on this planet Earth. And they're just going to be in a loop for the next 5 years, maybe even longer at this rate. Yeah, then people got them hooked now on this Brexit now, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
The total deception.
That's what I'm saying. People don't seem to remember. It was just the other day with the Windrush scandal. Just the other day, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. This government is just as disgusting as it always has been. And them same colonialist people with that dirty, stinking mindset are still wandering the streets. They're still out there.
Who's wandering the streets?
The colonialist people with their attitude that look down on us, black, whether we're born here or not.
Yeah, I see what you're saying with that. Yes.
And they're supported by the government. Silently supported by the government.
Yeah, silently. I like the way they use that word silently, because they do turn a blind eye. They're good at that.
Of course they do.
Yeah. But you notice, you see what I'm saying is, yeah, you notice it's just that there's a different, it's like there's a different attitude and behavior and a different way of them doing things. The whole dynamics is just so different when it comes to us, yeah, that I can't see how people can not see it. You know
exactly, but they don't see it. They refuse.
I don't see how people can't see it, man. This is, to me, it's just total hatred. This is total hatred. It's just hidden, so it's masked, isn't it? Yeah, they're masking it so well. But it's just this Brexit thing. What I'm saying to you, yeah, all the worms and all the vestiges are starting to come out now, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. It's all smoke and mirrors.
I think that's what's happening. Yeah, with what you're saying, with just this week alone, yeah, that a lot of our people have been assaulted and been attacked. Okay, in different ways. Yeah, and like you said, the authority or the organization or whatever the business is, okay, they're not dealing with it. They don't care.
No, they don't. They don't give a damn. All they care about is money. They're all corporations. All they care about is money.
But just change it now, yeah. Just say the scenario was in reverse. How would it look? How different would that be? Just say it was a black person. Just say it was a European person, okay, in the same situation as some of our people. How would they be dealt with? How would people look at it? What would happen?
It would never happen, though. It would never happen because we don't have an economic base to even try to put our foot down. And also, on the whole, we're not evil like that.
No. So we would treat people fairly no matter what.
It's not in us. It's not in
our nature.
I mean, I'm not saying all black people are wonderful. No, I'm not saying that at all.
So we're not going to go on, we're not going to go on a plane and act like that. And act there's enough space for 2 or 3 people, right? So this man he's saying that he doesn't want you in that area. And
right.
There was 3 other seats, yeah? Because I think there's
two other seats. Because he's by the window, then the 2 next to them are empty, and the woman is on the aisle seat.
Right.
And Ryanair don't do nothing. She does say that she wants to move anyway, and then the person, whoever it is, comes over and asks the man if he's all right. What they ask him if he's all right for? They throw him off the plane.
Yeah, so they treat him with kids' gloves, huh?
Yes, it's the same like with Bill Cosby. What about Harvey Weinstein and everybody else? They're still out there. Nobody's not looking into their abuse business.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, that's the comparisons that we have to make. It's true. Then what? Whoa! What can you? Oh my God! I mean, seriously. You know what I'm saying? You really, really nailed it. Yeah, because you said it. Harvey Weinstein's been in the media for quite a while now. I don't know what to say about all of that stuff there, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of looking at us, and it's happening here, right, in this country with our people now, right? It's not like it's happening in the States, yeah, or, you know, in other places, right? It's happening here. So we got to know that maybe there's a change of how they're looking at us now, yeah? And, you know, maybe I'm not talking about all white people are going to be like that. You see what I'm saying? But there is like a movement. I think there was you know, the Football Alliance now. They're getting quite big as well. You know, I don't know if you heard about them.
No, who are they? Like an EDL type thing?
Yes. Right? They're the new like far right group now that everyone's kind of getting attached to. That's kind of falling for the immigration issue. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these people don't know that the government's using immigration, isn't it? As a to split the country, to divide the country, yeah. And all this Brexit stuff, right? All it's doing, yeah, is just dividing the country even more. You're making it's going to make the people weak, okay? So they're going to be fighting amongst themselves, right? While the government is getting away with blue murder.
Exactly.
Yeah?
But that's always been the case.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in what I'm saying is that, well, I mean, we've experienced, and you know, we kind of know, we've known that for some time, yeah, that there's a lot of things. It's not just one or two things that are disproportionate. There's a long list of things. It's ridiculous. Yeah? And how could people ignore this or deny this or pretend it's not happening when our children are out there and suffering the effects of it?
Of course.
Young people are affected by it. And I feel, I don't know, Shaman, I'm just going to repeat this again, yeah? I feel that the black community in this country, wherever we are, we're not doing enough to protect our children. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling people straight up. I don't think we're doing enough. Yeah? And I think that the way that they treated this young man, yeah, it should never happen. Because if they're going to say, oh, there's a rule of law, they're going to go by this rule of law, then as a rule of law, you're supposed to intervene if you think a police officer or police officers are not carrying out their duty according to the rule of law. You're supposed to be able to intervene and say, no, you can't do that. Stop that. Yeah? And intervene. Yeah? But I know they're going to, you know, it's going to cause a big fight, isn't it? Because the police are going to take it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Who's going to intervene? Apart from, like you said, Diane Abbott said something. But so what? So what? Where is the solicitor to take the case? And maybe they would have to take the case pro bono, because like I've had this conversation with you in the past, there is no more legal aid for anyone. So it might take a solicitor who has studied law and knows what they're doing to take the guy's case and not charge him the earth because he can't afford it.
Yeah.
But where are they? Where are these black solicitors, please? Where are they?
They're about, but once again.
But they're making the money for themselves and propping up the same shit stim that has got their foot on all our necks, Sayshara. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, see? And see, what happens is, right, you know, I don't know if people say it's a good idea to compromise, right? And without negotiating. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea, yeah? We've got to be able to not just accept everything. Sometimes we've got to be able to make our own demands. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't have it one way all the time. Come on, man. Yeah? It's like, oh gosh, you know, we're not defending our children because we got this blase attitude, isn't it? that the system is good, it's all right, it's not doing nothing to our people. Because it's not happening to them people. Why should they feel like that? Why is our people feeling like that? Because I'm telling you, in the 60s, 70s, and in the 80s, trust me, in the 80s, my generation, you know what I'm saying? And like,
yeah.
You know, I don't know what's happening to this generation. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's something in the water or what. I just don't know. There's very few.
Because I personally think if the police knew that if they'd done something like that on our streets, yeah, that, you know, they were going to get some stick for it, innit?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? They would never dare do that. You know what I'm saying? But they're getting comfortable now.
You're right. This is what I'm saying. They're comfortable. The stupid idiot people that's captured the planes getting comfortable. The drunk people that walking on the street in Sainsbury's is getting comfortable. The dirty white bitch on the train, excuse my language, is getting comfortable. Don't you see, Sayshara? Everybody's just getting comfortable. It's open season.
So do you reckon, yeah? Do you reckon, what's the cause of it, though? I mean, I personally think that Brexit is kind of heightened this whole kind of mindset around targeting people who are from another culture, period. Yeah, it's not just black people, because there's Asians, and you know there's a big assault on Muslims as well, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, and that, you know, I think this country's feeling like with Donald Trump, and you know, Donald Trump with all the language that he's coming out with, yeah, and everyone's gravitating towards that. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's a movement towards Donald Trump and his idea of like a new world. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like he's coming off with. It's not a new ideology, but some people are saying that America is a fascist state.
Well, it is now, isn't it? It is. The Europeans are over there, and they're just thinking that they're entitled. Yeah. They don't realise that they shouldn't even be there in the first place anyway. They've just got that same attitude that they had when they were in Australia. Everywhere they go, they don't want to share nothing.
I wonder if we could say the same thing about this country. This country could be partially a fascist state, but it's just
well, it is.
It's just hiding it. Yeah,
right.
With like sound bites and smart words.
It is.
Do you get what I'm saying? But in reality, underneath the surface of things, okay, yeah, things remain the same.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and like you got a lot of our people, right? They become black apologetics.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They're apologizing for the, when they see something like things happen to our people, like things that happen all the time, yeah, they want to apologize for these people. Why? Why are you apologizing for them? We're the ones that's in the problems. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to defend these people. We need to defend ourselves. What are we talking about?
Exactly.
Here? Yeah? You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that we've got a lot of people that would defend these people, and they're dirty, nasty, stinking, wicked old system.
Of course. Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah? When are we going to be brave enough to talk and say it for what it is? And when we all begin to start saying it for what it is? When are we going to begin that process before we start to recognize, and unless we stand up and be kind, unless we stand up and be strong, okay, these people are going to roll over our children and our people as a whole, no matter where we are, and no one's not going to protect our interests, because what's happening is we don't have a structure in place. I was just talking about this as a solution. Foundations that we're supposed to have in place in case of any situation like these things. For example, our people can go there, and if we need a lawyer or a solicitor or barrister or a judge or whatever, it's done. It's set up, innit? We set that up. Do you get what I'm saying? We make sure those processes, those things are in place, and so anything that happens, we're there. We've got people investigating these things. Yeah, we've got people in the police face. As soon as anything kicks off or happens, yeah. But what we gotta do, you know, this is not gonna end like this, is it? It's not gonna just stop like that, innit? Yeah. Everybody knows in this country, they even said it. The police said it on many occasions and times, and even black people tried to defend it. They said that they are institutionally racist, whatever that means to them. Yeah, they said it themselves. They said, yes, we're institutionally. They're not talking about a little thing here now. Yeah, so this type of behavior is not being corrected. I can't see that. I've not seen it happen. They talk about all these different things. Happening. Yeah, they're bringing all these different things, diversity programs and all these different things to help police. So they claim, yeah. But then what they do is they bring a policeman from out in the country there that don't know, never seen black people, and then bring them down to London. They do things like, crazy things like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah? They got police that's in the police that shouldn't be a police. In other words. Yeah?
Of course.
Because the mindset that they have is not balanced. It's not, they don't, I don't think police train police in the way that they need to be trained. Right? Because you cannot tell me you got half a dozen people around one young black man, yeah? He's not that heavy, he's not that tall, he's not that big, right? And he's not that threatening. Do you know what I'm saying? This happens all the time. You get these little young boys that go to school, right? And they do the same thing to them.
I've seen it. I saw one time. I was in Elephant Castle, and the way they run down the little boy and slammed him up against the wall. And this was years ago. I'm going back years. This was over 15 years ago.
So I mean, we got to face facts, and just, you know, if we're gonna say that you know, we live in a good system, okay.
We don't live in it. But this is the thing. You've got black people who do think they live in a good system, and it may be good for them. It's good for them because they're happy. They got, you know, the big car and the all right job, and, you know, they're all right. They're living in some little bubble.
But then they complain about issues, and they got a right to do that. But if you care, if this system is so good and so wonderful, okay, you shouldn't be complaining. You know what I'm saying? And black people are the biggest complainers, right? But they be the biggest deniers as well. It's total contradiction. You know what I'm saying? They don't make no sense. The mindset that we have, it's not there, innit? It's not there. You cannot tell me that, you know, we're a glutton for punishment. What you said, and that we should be glutton for punishment. Generation after generation after generation. What are we talking about here? Do you know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. What's happened to my generation? I've seen that. Our children's generation, they're having to go through that. They've seen that. Yeah? How many generations do we have to go through before we say, you know, enough is enough? Wagwan. This is not happening no more.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah? Too often. I remember Rashawn Charles. It's a similar incident.
Yeah?
And unfortunately for him, he lost his life.
And the other one. Remember there was the other guy, the one with the traffic stop one. I forget, the Silva, the one who had the son. Yeah, I think his family.
There's so many names.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many.
I remember Kenneth.
When he went to hospital and they done the post-mortem and they said the amount of internal injuries the guy had.
Rodriguez.
Yes, that's, yeah.
I can't remember the first name, but Rodriguez. Yeah. So what I'm saying is a long list of all of this stuff. Okay. Yeah. And I think because we're not seeing things properly. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, right? But it's like I don't see any change. I don't see any difference from
nothing is changing. It's getting worse, and then with them and their stupid austerity as well, it's not helping.
Yeah, definitely. And like, I want to talk about the fact that, you know, too often that a lot of our young people, what I'm concerned about is the way young people must be feeling. Yeah, if they're feeling dejected by all of this stuff that's going on.
Of course they are.
Yeah, and that they may be feeling that, the community is not really doing anything to protect them. That's what I'm concerned about. Yeah?
It's
because
awful. And
how can a young man be like there on the ground like that? Yeah, no one couldn't protect him. So he could have ended up dead.
Exactly.
This is what I'm talking about. There's no way
Of
that's
course
supposed to
he could
happen,
have.
man. How we couldn't be talking about things, yeah? You're telling me, yeah? And there was people out there, you know? There's people there. You know what I'm saying? Because remember that they videoed it and everything. You can get it online. It's still there.
Oh yeah, but you can't intervene because then the police will come and rough you up. You try when they carry on like that. It's like they're animals, isn't it? So if you try and say anything, they're going to start on you.
Well, it's going to have to be like that, isn't it? To me, because to me, you know what I'm saying? I don't think...
Yeah.
Because like I said,
Yeah.
at what point are we going to intervene in a situation like that? Are we just going to sit around and allow them to kill our people like that on the road? Because that's what's really that's what's happening. Yeah?
It is. It's
you know, I mean, the worst thing for me is that the CS gas that they put directly in his eyes, in his nose, in his mouth, in his face, it's just splattered all over there, isn't it? Yeah? And you don't know what you're breathing is chemical, isn't it? Toxic chemical.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
You don't know how you're going to react to that. It can kill you as well.
Of course you're going to be struggling, yeah? What I'm saying is, yeah, right, as men, especially as men, it doesn't boys or whatever, okay, we naturally tense up, innit? When we're in a situation, we just naturally tense up. That's natural for you to do that. If they don't understand that, yeah, right, they shouldn't be doing that job. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah? If you touch somebody a certain way, yeah, they're going to tense up, okay? It doesn't mean that they're trying to be aggressive. They look at us
exactly.
Like we're aggressive, innit? Yeah?
You even
doing anything
speak.
or saying anything. We don't have
You
to say
even
anything.
speak and you're called aggressive.
Right. Do you get what I'm saying? So already they got a false perception before they even come in to check us or see us, right? Yeah? Or to talk to us. They're just going to get this perception, oh, you're aggressive, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah? And then they become aggressive. Do you get what I'm
That's
saying?
what I mean. They're like animals. They're like animals. They remember they're bullies and they're licensed murderers anyway, because they know there's no consequence. Who's going to deal with it? The stupid CCPP or whatever they're called. What's the point of them? What's ever been the point of the CCPP?
But you know what's surprising as well, Sister Charmaine, yeah? Like, there wasn't really... I don't know, I didn't feel a big outcry about this, even though it was coming from an well-known MP. Black MP. You get what I'm saying? I didn't feel... Because you said that you didn't really know about that one, yeah?
No, I didn't hear about it until just now.
Right, see? But Diane made a big fuss about it. And, like, I just felt like, you know, you've got loads of people in the mainstream government. You know what I'm saying? I didn't hear none of them talk. I mean, fair enough, right? She belongs to the Labour Party. That's fine, yeah? But I expect some of them black MPs and the Conservatives to say something. Those black MPs, and if they all said something, if they all had a voice, to get what I'm saying? It's to me...
That's what I mean, but that's what I'm saying, Sayshara. They're not going to say anything. They don't care. They've got the...
It's like it's a waste of time being there. Because it's an illusion for me to say... People are saying to me, oh, you know, Sayshara, we need to be in it to win it, right? Yeah? And remember, there was a time, even though our history goes back, right? But there was a time when we didn't have no blue-collar work, right?
Yep.
We didn't have no blue-collar work. Now we got black people, right, that didn't have these jobs, right, in different places, right? And everybody's saying, for years, people saying, oh, we need black people in this position, we need black people in that position.
But
We got
also,
judges.
It's only going to be a certain type of black people. Exactly. It wouldn't be a black person like me or you that got into that position. They would do everything to shut us down. They would be like, oh no.
Maybe they do get some of those people, right? Yeah, but they tone it down after a while. They say, right, you know what?
That's what I'm saying, because they're just happy. They're just happy with the materialistic side. They don't care about nothing else.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I would do that, because I wouldn't do that, because I could never be a politician, right?
No, me neither.
Because you have to be a damn liar, right? You have to be able to lie, deceive, and act. You have to be an actor, all right?
Yeah.
And
you have to be a fraudster, a proper fraudster.
Yeah, you have to be a fraudster. You have to be, you have to pretend to be something that you're not really. You know what I'm saying? So like, I couldn't be that. Because I'll be too like, I'll be like, you know what? You ain't telling me anything, innit? You know what I mean? That I don't want to hear.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's my point. People like us, we ain't getting there. They're not having it, and we wouldn't do it anyway.
So for me, I don't know how people can rationalize this thing, that we need to be in the system, right? We've been done in the system, and we've done everything in the system, and we still do not get
nothing else, not changed,
any form of respect due to us. Yeah, this overdue.
Nothing has changed.
Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know what do we need to do. We don't need to. We've done it, man. We don't need to prove anything, innit? Why do we need to even prove anything at the end of the day? I don't understand that. Yeah, but people keep on spinning this kind of like their own type of rhetoric, to kind of make them feel good about themselves. Yeah, it's just like it's like about me and myself, and they're not looking at the majority of people and what's best for them. I'm not talking about what I'm thinking about, what's best for what I think about for myself. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about thinking about things, so what's best for the majority of people, how we can protect our people, our children, and how we can improve our way of life, our conditions, and our quality of life. Yes, I'm saying we've got to be able to improve our health and our well-being, our psychological and mental well-being. I don't see that happening right now. Yeah, because to me,
and it's not going to. It's nowhere near there.
Yeah, I think that which we rationalize a lot of things, but yet what our people are getting sicker and sicker, iller and iller, insaner and insaner, madder and madder, crazier and crazier, sicker and sicker, and we try to rationalize, and then our people are getting the most assault, abuse, attacks, and killing and death. You know what I'm saying? And we still rationalize. People still trying to rationalize all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're creating disease vaccines for you. They're coming out. Look, Theresa May with 200 million. Oh, we're just gonna give you money we throw money over there. Go and kill your babies. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? People need to seriously open their eyes.
Wake up.
Yeah, because with that kind of talk, that trying to deflect the reality, that does not help our situation. It does not help, because we're going to be keeping spinning and going round in the loop saying the same things. You're telling me we got how many MPs? They're not just in the Labour Party now, they're in the Conservative Party. You could, at one point you couldn't get a black MP in the Conservative Party. What are you talking about? Now we've got black MPs in the Conservative Party. Nothing's changed. We've got black people.
But nothing's going to change. That's my point. The only thing black about them is their skin.
You know what I'm saying? We've got barristers, we've got lawyers, barristers, and judges, right?
The only thing black about them is their skin.
Right? Tell me what profession fair enough, there are places that we're not allowed to go, or there's certain limitations as how far they will let you to go, because some of these jobs, that, like some of the high profile jobs, some black people should be doing it, but even if they was doing it, it will make no difference. Do you get what I'm saying? It's laughable. You're not going to change this system, You're not going to be able to do it from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to do it. A lot of people trying to fool you with this rhetoric. You're not going to do it.
Well, it is rhetoric, and the biggest one was the other day. What is it? Because they got that Meghan woman in the royal family. You know, it's all kumbaya and it's all wonderful now. Sayshara, come on.
Meghan, oh man, come on, man.
Yeah, it's all kumbaya now, isn't it? It's all good.
I mean,
I'm telling you, it's a load of BS, and I for one, I don't know what to say, and I'm sick of it. But that's all I want to say. That's for me. That's 4 incidents I've heard of.
Yeah, so
in the
there's
space of one
rise
week.
of how would you put it then? There's a rise of this Fascism. Yeah,
fascism.
Yeah, and it could be caused by this whole, you know, because Brexit. They talk about Brexit every day, and I don't know about anybody else, but I'm sick of it.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
And all I know is, again, we are not going to benefit. Whatever they do or don't do, we ain't benefiting.
So
that's all I know.
Yeah. So I want to thank you, because I think like you know, I really appreciate you calling and actually confirming with me, and you know, conferring with the audience, right? That here, these things are happening right here in London, yeah, and across the country.
Yes.
Of England, or you know, the United Kingdom, British Isles, and you know, we got our own issues that we definitely need to find ways to be able. We need prevention and intervention, okay? And like, I think we got to stop listening to certain people, you know, chatting rubbish, chatting nonsense, and they can't quantify what you're saying. Quantify what you're saying. Please tell me what you're saying. Before you're saying what you're saying, quantify that what you're saying makes sense. Yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? Because you cannot tell me, right, that you're going to change the system from the inside out. Go and do it then. Go and do it. If you're out
you
there,
can't. It's impossible.
If you so all this talk, right, hot air, right, yeah, all those people outside there, that's on that side, that group of people that say, you know what, Sayshara, yeah, we need to go with the system, you know, we need to go with the system, yeah, right. I'm saying that, look, right, yeah, you're gonna suffer fools gladly, innit? You're gonna suffer fools gladly, yeah, and that's why we're going round and round in circles, yeah. We got the Caribbean leaders. They're following the system, going round and round in circles. We've got the African leaders going round and round in circles, right? We've got the leaders in the church going round and round in circles, right? We've got leaders in businesses, corporations going round and round in circles. They, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they ain't doing business, but they can't form corporations, right? So now they're going round and round in circles, right? They're saying that they're doing all right, you know what I'm saying? But still, they're not allowed to do anything. They can't tell. Right. They can't go where they want to go via airplane, by ship. You got to get permission. Who you gonna get permission from?
What's all that about? Exactly, I don't understand.
Yeah. So, what, you know? All this kind of weak talk, right? Doesn't help. Yeah. Saying that you're gonna change the system from the inside out. People's been saying that for years. We got
so nothing has changed
America,
exactly.
Look at America, right? America, they got all kinds of people, yeah. Just like over here, in different places.
Thanks you for your visit.
Yeah, go to www.genesisradio.co.uk. Yeah, so we got all kinds of, just like in, you know, we got different people, black people in different status of fields of professions, and you know, you name it, they're all there, innit? They're there, yeah. But it's not made an ounce of difference.
Not an ounce.
I don't see it. Yeah.
Not an ounce.
It's kind of scary, really.
It's getting from bad to worse. It's getting worse and worse and worse.
What they're doing is they're kind of recuperating all of our people into these kind of different status of jobs with all these skills, all right, and experience and all of this stuff, okay, but yet they can't use the skills and experience to help their own people.
Right.
That's what they need to be saying. They should come up front and say, you know what, Sayshara, you know what, we can't actually do anything, you know. They won't admit
Exactly.
this is what's happening. They won't admit. That's why we got poor leadership. I'm going to be talking about that in some time. Yeah, I'm going to talk about poor, weak, bad leadership and where's that coming from. Yeah, because that's a big problem what we're having. Why we're not going nowhere. And so I'm saying to you, yeah, we've got all this leadership in different areas. Okay, yeah, in education. Yeah. And various institutions, okay, and establishments and industries and all of this stuff, okay, yeah. We've been in the system for hundreds of years. What are you talking about? We've served this system. We've overserved this system, yeah, and we've not really got much benefits from it.
No,
you can't serve a system for nearly 2,500 years, right? Yeah, and still saying that we need to, you know, operate under the same system when it's not. We're serving somebody else's system. We're not serving our own system. That doesn't really make sense to me. We can do better than that.
We're just popping up their crap.
And our ancestors,
I'm coming off now.
Yeah, thanks, Charmaine. Sister Charmaine,
I'm
much
still
appreciated
listening.
for that.
Okay then. Right,
Much
bye.
appreciated. Ciao, Jumbo. Yeah, and. Yeah, thank you. Let me just double check I got any texts, alright? So far I must be signing alright. No one's complaining. Hold on. Shouldn't talk to you soon. No, I can hear something in the background. Alright, let me see. Yeah, look. It started again. Alright, so let me see if I can get this text. So telephone numbers are, by the way, for you, if you want to lock in and tune in to me, Sayshara, 074 04 36 76 18. Let me see. 801. That can't be for me. It says let me see. I think it says they're all coming out. Yeah, this is from 801. It says receiving text. I think you got some more to send, you know. Yeah, I think receiving text. So, anyways, I think your text is cut off, alright. 801. But you're saying they are all coming out of the woodwork. Right. You need to. I think there's something missing there because I'm not getting it. I think I'm not sure what you're saying about they're coming out the woodwork. Who's coming out the woodwork? Who? Alright? So look. Let me see if I can actually track a track. And I'll come back to you right now. You listen to this, yeah? I'll come back. Just a few minutes. Pause for the cause. Sayshara on Genesis Radio, www.co.uk.
Picking up the farmer's land. How we pass the borders can I end up in your data. Now what's in that recipe? That giving me distress relief. Sell more than rice and peas. Feels so damn good to me. Well now this fucking dog sniffing me. Pray to Jah didn't leave a one spliff on me. If they found one they'd surely move swift on me. Family and friends would surely be missing me. Meanwhile, gang is having a epiphany. I'm being searched by a squad named Tiffany. The way she gird me, my something gets stiff on me. Still my slide through smooth like the shift on me. As they're done searching the pyramid, they turn their attention to the Grammy Kid. Dealing with a rasta like an invalid. Demonstrating how Babylon wicked. Where them ask for illegal substance if these things were packaging. Potting, shipping and the handling. These accusations are damaging. Them said them heard reggae artists trafficking. Contraband, is it the master plan? Contraband, taking up the farmer's land. Contraband, how we pass the border scan. Contraband, I end up in your data and contraband. Now what's in that recipe? Contraband, that's giving me distress relief. Contraband, it's sell more than rice and peas. Contraband, feels so damn good to me. There's some sirens approaching me. Charlie back, I hope I didn't leave a roach on me. Everything is stashed right where it's supposed to be. But if not, I bail you off a post to me. Brother, I just see a picture with the poster be. It hang up on the wall in the grocery. No worry, the judge of a favor where she go for me. I got it covered like the suit on me, a trope on me. Yeah, but hey, our face is now locally. And the thing turn up totally. I know they must smell the smoke on me. Can we defend the case vocally? Well, based on the scope of the evidence and how much them gathering intelligence determines the charges you held against. For all the weight and the measurements of contraband. Is it the master plan? Contraband. You're picking up the farmer's land. Contraband. How we pass the borders can contraband. I end up in your data. Contraband. Now what's in that recipe? Contraband. That giving me distress relief. Contraband. Sell more than rice and peas. Contraband. Feels so damn good to me. Here bring how our companies Bebble Rock and get a youth is keeping company. Now the agent them a come for we because contraband is spreading across the country. Our records cleaner than lingerie. Our washing machine we're full of lingerie. So we not even need no money laundering. If it got to court with us, I feel it like a tangerine. Yeah, but we can't pay the liar with no tambourine. The case kinda shake you like a tambourine. Now we at a road like a lava stream. Want me to drift full of drama queen. Yo, hold on, there's some lawyer just phoning me.
Mr. Pyramid, I hear that you've been touring and the contraband is soaring and is taking off globally. Is it sold out or do you have a little more of it?
Contraband, is it the master plan? Contraband, you're taking up the farmers' land.
This is the People Station.
How we pass the borders can contraband. I end up in your data. Contraband, now what's in that recipe? Contraband, that giving me distress relief. Contraband, sell more than rice and peas. Contraband, feels so damn good to me.
Yeah, Genesis Radio, Sayshara, still in the house. Now you see that they started that foolishness again. I don't know where it's coming from. Alright, so look, just be patient. Alright, so okay. Alright, so I've got a couple more articles I'm going to go through, okay? Alright, so you get yeah, that we're having a hard time here, yeah? Our people's having a hard time, no doubt, yeah? Similarly, we need to be looking at this whole issue to do with the Nids, right? Now, I spoke about this before in Jamaica. They're going to be rolling out this thing to do with, yeah, and just to remind you, just before I say anything more, yeah, I'll be looking, providing the last week they freaked up my whole show, right? So I couldn't upload it again. Yeah, but if you go to say, and there's a gap, Sayshara, so it's S-A-Y, just so the people know how to spell it, yeah? It's S-A-Y-S-H-A-R-A, okay? So now once again, I can just hear some irritating noise, and I'm telling you straight up, okay, that is not coming from anything to do with inside the studio, that's external. Okay, I don't got no control over that. Alright? However, I suspect something's going on anyway, yeah? Alright, so look, you know what they say, the show must go on, yeah? Alright. Now, I'm going to try and quickly go through these articles, right? Just to talk about some of the things that's been going on, okay? So some people can play catch up, alright? And to just give you an idea of exactly what's actually going on out here, yeah? Now, let me hold on. Let me scroll down this on, okay. Alright, so the whole thing to do with this biometric ID system, right? Now, how's it going to pan out? Does anybody know how it's going to pan up in Jamaica now, right? So we know we've got some issues, you know, with our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, okay? And they're wanting to roll out, I don't know who wants to roll this out, whose idea it was to bring in this ID system, right? And, you know, has anybody ever thought about the long-term consequences of it, or how people are going to be affected by it, okay? Now, how can we make some comparisons? Because I was looking at, is there other places that's having this same issue, right? And there is. We've got India, alright? India has the world's largest biometric ID system, which keeps on getting hacked, yeah? So, like I said, with this technology, yeah, there's good parts to it, but there's other parts to it that are not so good, yeah. And when it comes to the hacking thing, I don't know if we're really black people as a group of people collectively, okay, with the, you know, these intelligent agencies. I don't know if we're on the hacking thing yet. Because it looks like everybody else is on the hacking thing, right? And we're not on, maybe we're not on the hacking thing. Maybe we need to get onto it. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. No, I'm only joking, yeah? I don't want us to go down the road where we're doing bad things, yeah? You know what I'm saying? And following everybody else, yeah, just because everybody else is doing it. See what I'm saying? Yeah? Because that's what it is. People's competing against each other for all different various things and different various reasons, yeah? Yeah, somebody, I've seen, you could tell somebody's trying to actually sabotage my whole thing, innit? Yeah? They only do it on my show, they ain't doing it on nobody else's show, but it's just Sayshara. I'm not even saying anything, I don't think I'm that important, yeah? To that point or degree where people are going to go out their way to actually do these kind of things, yeah. But anyway, so it may be. I'm gonna have to find a way to get engineers on this thing, because I can't keep on doing this every week. Yeah, most definitely. All right. So look, you can go to India now. What I'm talking about, people need to. The things I'm talking about, people need to look into it themselves. They need to do the research. It's not just about me just sharing the information. It's about people actually looking at the information of what I'm talking about. So the world's largest biometric ID system keeps getting hacked. What does that tell you about the same system that they're going to roll out in Jamaica? That's a dead giveaway straight away, yeah? It says the personal data of many of India's citizens is for sale on WhatsApp for less than $10. Critics of the India's Aadhaar system. Now this is the system, they call it Aadhaar, spelled AADHAAR. The world's largest biometric identification system, have been vocal about its infrastructural flaws for years. Their fears have turned into rally as the list of security breaches into the system keeps growing. Access to the personal data of more than 1 billion people is for sale for less than $10 through WhatsApp. India's The Tribune newspaper was able to buy the data and also claimed that it could buy software that would allow them to print fake Aadhaar cards for about $5 more. Alright? And the Aadhaar data includes fingerprints, retina scans, names, addresses and phone numbers, through which SIM cards can be purchased and important government services and bank accounts can be accessed. According to multiple reports, biometric data was not exposed on WhatsApp, but names, addresses, emails, photographs and phone numbers were. The Unique Identification Authority of India, UIDAI, which oversees Aadhaar, says over 1.19 billion people have enrolled in the system since it began in 2009. internet connectivity issues have led to people's fingerprints not going through at ration stations in rural India. So okay, let me just stop there, right? They're saying that they got ration stations in India, similar to this country where you got food banks. In this country we got food banks. Okay? We got a lot of people saying that they're doing charitable work. Oh, giving away things and stuff like that, and that's fine. But I don't think people really need charity. I think people just need what they are due, okay? And that's decent living standards and services, etc., etc., okay? So, you know, in India they got ration stations. I don't know what that looks like, yeah? But ration in terms of giving out foods and drink and you know, things to help people to sustain their lives, yeah? So that's what's going on, but they're saying it's in rural parts of India, right? So they're already having issues already with the fingerprints. So in other words, let me read on so you get an idea what we're talking about. Even those who have been spoken about Aadhaar's privacy implications were caught off guard by the scale of the recent breach. I'm not surprised by the breach, but I'm surprised at how widespread the access was. Kiran Jonalagadar, co-founder of the Internet Freedom Foundation, told Motherboard. India's ruling Bharatiya Janata Party has been quick to call this story fake news. Did you notice that? Let me stop there. Because I like when people talk about this fake stuff, yeah? Because in reality, we've been brought up in a fake world. Everything's fake and artificial and not real, isn't it? Yeah? And that's what they want to feed us, right? They want to feed us this illusion, okay? Things that's not real, yeah? But are detrimental to our health and well-being, right? And we're not supposed to know that. But fortunately for us on Genesis Radio, a few of us are queued up. We know where they're poison and toxifying the foods and the drinks and the environment. We know all about that, yeah? But this idea that what a lot of organisations do and governments do and everybody's doing it now. Maybe it's Donald Trump and it's kind of trending that everything's fake news now. Everything's fake news, right? So if you report the truth and say something that's true, that's a fact, and then you got these agencies, departments and government agencies, they will say that's fake news, isn't it? Yeah. And anyway, it goes on to say that the government agency that oversees Aadhaar has termed it a misuse of the program's grievance redressal system rather than a breach. But even though the WhatsApp story broke, Aadhaar's security track record wasn't good. Alright? So this is what they're saying about this same system that's got all your data, fingerprints, retina, every type of thing that they can use as an ID or retrieve as an ID to store as data that's supposed to identify you as that individual, right? So they're saying that this same system, which is going to be in Jamaica very soon, rolled out in 2019, it's on the way. People are actually signing the forms as we speak to get their ID, yeah? And it's the same problems that India's facing now. Jamaica's going to have the same problem. This is what I'm saying, yeah? It may not be exactly, maybe they might tweak a few things before they actually implement it fully, because they may have learned from this, yeah? But I very much doubt it, because it's all about money to be able to sort some of these problems and issues out, yeah? So anyway, it goes on to say that Aadhaar's security track record wasn't good. In July 2010, government agency published sensitive Adar account information online that came after as many as 600 children had their data leaked. Why is that happening? Why? Let me just stop there. Again, 600,000 children had their data leaked by another government website earlier in the year, and on the same day as the WhatsApp revelation, another local media report exposed a major loophole in Adar's security through which practically anyone can become an administrator for the entire system. So that's really suspect, isn't it? 600 children. This is how low some people are gonna go. Yeah. Anyway, it goes on to say telecommunications giants have also been at the center of Adar's controversy. Reliance Jio, which was launched by India's richest man, Mukesh Ambani, spelled Ambani, reportedly leaked the information of 120 million online last summer. More recently, Airtel was accused of opening up bank accounts for customers without their consent when gathering Adar's biometrics to authenticate their mobile phone accounts. Almost $30 million in cooking gas subsidies was diverted into the Airtel accounts as a result. You see, the corruption begins. Anyway, it goes to say that from the perspective of the government, you see, it don't take long before people corrupt things, innit? If it's not, they're going to corrupt it, they're going to provide one way or the other, one thing or the other, or both. This is what's happening. Anyway, it says, I'm going to continue that from the perspective of the government and other proponents of Adar, those that through these incidents are relative minor hiccups, they're saying, for a program transforming the lives of Indians and improving the country's efficiency. They're selling you another lie. But anyway, it says that it's systems which is doing much more good than harm. You see these people defending it, yeah? Sakat Modi, the CEO of course that is your CEO, of course you're going to defend your business, isn't it? It's your business. You're going to defend it. Even if it's the worst business on the planet Earth, you're going to defend it. Alright? Anyway, it says CEO of Lucidos, or Lucidos, spelled Lucideus, a digital security services provider, told Motherboard. Okay, so basically, they're saying that these are small little bumps which have been magnified. Okay, and it said ultimately, Adar supporters champion the program as a way for the poor to easily obtain government subsidies, pensions, and food rations by using their fingerprints as ID. In August, the country's finance minister, Arun Jaitley, described the linking of bank accounts to Adar and mobile phone accounts as nothing short of a social revolution. Oh man, that's laughable, isn't it? Nothing more. You see, all these problems and issues they're talking about, they're saying it's a technological social revolution, so it's bound to happen. Anyway, it says that they're quoting saying that let's not forget that this touches 1 billion people and there's no parallel program like this anywhere on the planet, he said. Anyway, somebody's talking something different here. It says that it's a broken, fundamentally wrong system. Here. But as the government moves to make Adar mandatory for an increasing amount of important services, bureaucratic and technical impediments have actually prevented many from getting the welfare they need. Get that? Several people are even believed to have died because they were denied access to food, rations, pensions, or even hospital treatment in the name of Adar. Okay, do I need to say any more? This is how bad is this gonna be? How bad is this? Not real or what? This is what's happening. Yeah. So these people who's created this system? Whose idea was it? So now people are dying because of this system. Another dumb system. Yeah. It says there problems with internet connectivity have led to people's fingerprints not going through at ration stations in rural India. Similar problems have been faced by people who have suffered injuries to their fingers, while others have faced authentication errors because of glitches or mistakes in the system. If people's Aadhaar biometrics are not being recognised, and Aadhaar is then may be mandatory for them to get their pensions or even as an ID at a hospital, they're in trouble. For Aadhaar's critics, this is especially alarming. They say the program was always supposed to be voluntary and point to several Supreme Court's rulings that support their argument. It's a broken, fundamentally wrong system. Meghnad S., a public policy analyst who has worked for several members of parliament, told Motherboard, quote, "We are not saying scrap the whole thing, but fix the bugs first. Give us proof that 99.99% of it has been fixed, and then maybe make it mandatory." That's what I'm talking about. Again, see? These people will roll these things out, yeah, without even testing them properly. Yeah? So what they've done is devised this program, right? Where they're going to obtain all your data from various sources from your physical nature. Okay? Yeah? So they're talking about at least 5 things. At least 5 things. At least 5 things that they're going to use for identification. Now, I don't know if they're saying, well, you're going to have to use all of them as proof of ID or as proof to say that you are who you say you are. Do you get what I'm saying? So they might say, oh, well, we need your fingerprints and your eyes retina. Okay? Or they might say your palm. And I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah? So many different things they're talking about now. Yeah? But it says there that the government phone companies and banks are completely dependent on the confusion, and that Meghnad said, adding that because people think the program is compulsory, they sign up for it and associate many of the accounts with it. People panic and they're like, oh my god, we have to link it, now it's mandatory. So in response to the ongoing pressure to jump on the Aadhaar train, Meghnad and Jonna Lagada launched speakforme.in. Okay, so speakforme.in, through which citizens can email members of parliament, banks and telephone companies about their concerns. Over 33,000 emails have been sent. Wow. And John Olalaga says that the campaign has had a direct impact on Parliament and has reinforced its faith in meaningful participation in democracy. However, still, the UIDAIS decision of the weekend to file a police report against the Tribune and the reporter who broke the story, wow, has been seen by many as an attack on freedom of the press. You see? Wow, you can't even report the facts. You're going to get hunted down like a dog just for telling the truth. Anyway, it says that John Lagada agrees and says that this isn't the first time that the UIDAI has filed a police report against a journalist for exposing weakness in Aadhaar's infrastructure. The police report is yet another instance of shooting the messenger, he said. In each case, someone reporting vulnerability in the system has been silenced instead of being acknowledged for their contribution. Yeah, I know. If you're texting me because of the noise, I know, I don't blame you. He says I can hear the stupid noise, and Jaya can't even be bothered to fix up the country's roads. They're too busy trying to get in bed with China, so China can import their fake crap. Why do they want the foolish biometrics in the airport for? Can't someone say no to all this nonsense? And no, I don't know. But there is a petition, yeah? There is a petition, yeah? Go online, you can find it. If I can find the information, I'll try and find the petition and details of it and stuff like that, and give you an idea. But you can support the petition, yeah. So that it might help. Who knows? Yeah. But that definitely needs to be dealt with, no doubt, most definitely dealt with. Okay. And then, like I said, there is there is a movement towards it where people are actually going to start thinking about doing something about it. I'm pretty sure, yeah. However, just find a way to look into it and maybe see what you can do, right? Even just have a look at it. Just look at the information and might give you some ideas of how to move this thing forward, yeah. Every little thing counts, and like I said, go and check out the petition. And here it is. I think I've got it. So well done. Alright, so it says, let the will of the people push this message so everyone knows in terms of immigration and emigration, or the rights to travel freely, yeah, in our own lands. For now and in the future, this Nids bill will affect all generations across the board. For generations we are being severely manipulated by outside forces who will never serve our best interest. This is all a part of their New World Order Agenda 21 grand plan to control everyone's data, to restrict the free movement, and to have access to the monitoring of all African Caribbean peoples across the globe, and to use the data for all sorts of nefarious business. The Jamaican government has sold out to Jamaican people. This is more evidence to prove the Prime Minister of Jamaica knows whose side his bread has been buttered. Remember the heads of Commonwealth Government 2018 meeting here in England recently with the Queen Lucy, PM Onus as advisor, puppet leader, bowing down to their agenda and showing clearly who's in control. Keep up the works. Yeah, alright? So basically, that just gives you an idea of what we're talking about, yeah? Now in terms of talking about China, let me quickly jump to China, yeah? And I apologise for that noise. As you know, this is nothing to do with Genesis, and tomorrow I'm gonna actually have to get an engineer to deal with this, because I don't know why it's happening in my show. Anyway, it says Sayshara 801 says, Sayshara, I'm glad this is happening to black people, because most black people nowadays think this country is so great and fair. They have been conned by all this equality crap, which doesn't really exist. At least in the 80s we knew where we stood. Brexit has emboldened the racist who has always existed. Now they are all coming out of the woodwork. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying now about them coming out of the woodwork. Yeah, now it makes sense. Thanks for actually sending me back your text 801. So now I kind of get what you're saying, and it all makes sense. Alright, so yeah, much appreciated for that. You actually said it twice, but that's cool. I think you said it 3 times, and that's even cooler. Alright, thanks 801. And 301 says, and Sayshara, your show is very important. It talks facts and truth. The very same thing the so-called powers that be are dead against. Yeah, sorry, but I'm just a bit annoyed. I'm slightly jarred and annoyed that I'm seriously knowing that this is deliberate. This is a digital line. As far as I know, on a digital line, you shouldn't be getting a terrestrial signal down a digital line unless they're actually feeding a program. This is what's happening, as far as I'm concerned, as a complete sabotage, yeah? Because now I can't really do nothing with this. I can't do nothing with it. What can I do with it? This is just a waste. It's not a waste, but it's annoying for you, as the listeners, that you know, I'm having to put up with this, and you're having, more importantly, to put up with this as well, right? Alright, so look, talking about the Chinese, but if people want me to repeat what I'm talking about, I can do it next week. Yeah? So we talked about the biometrics, alright, in Jamaica. So that just gives you an idea, because I was looking for some other country to compare it with. Now you know. Now you know India's got it. So please do your research and see what's going on with India's Aadhaar system, computer program system, that has collated all of that data. They collated all this data, and basically it's been hacked. You know, they're using the information already. They're selling it. It's just a mess right now. It's a mess. Please don't tell me that's a good system. Alright? I don't want to hear it. Please. Alright? That's a dangerous system. It's dangerous. Alright? And how these governments are allowed. You see, this is how poor people are. You're not poor in the fact that you got the resources right underneath your feet. You're poor in your intelligence, in the way that we think and how we respond to things that's going on out there by your government and your mainstream organizations that's in collusion. Yeah, your mainstream media. Yeah, and all of the various industries out there and corporations and institutions. They're all in it together. Yeah, there's no doubt about that, right? But when we're talking about the Chinese now, and I'm just looking at the time. Let me just check the time. Alright, I've got 15 minutes left. Alright. Recently, this story is really interesting to me. The only African country that rejected Chinese loans. Now, I'm going to go into China now, yeah? So we're jumping all over the place, yeah? From England to the United States of America, the Caribbean, and now to Africa. Now look at this. The only country, this is an interesting story to me, that rejected Chinese loans. Now, I got some information. I'm trying to get this information to you, and please do the research yourself. The Afrikan Development Bank, AFDB, another alphabet gang. You know, we're going to go through all these alphabet gangs that are in association or in affiliation or in a collaboration with the United Nations. The United Nations, like I said, are the ones spearheading the New World Order Agenda 21, 2030, you know what I'm saying? And they're bringing out all of this stuff, this stuff out here. Yeah, they're the ones that's really the controlling factor, right? So you got all these organizations I'm going to be looking at, yeah? Like the United Nations, European Union, NASA, you know what I'm saying? The IMF, the World Trade Bank, right? And like I said, the African Development Bank. We're going to see, look more about the African Development Bank. I'll tell you that really this whole system is set up to really find different ways to siphon money and siphon your resources for little or nothing, to find different ways to exploit Africa, the Caribbean, and as a whole in different places what they call third world countries, in developing countries, okay, to keep developing countries just what as they are, to keep them still developing. When, at what point will they become developed, and what kind of development are we talking about? Now, this article was interesting to me because as African countries, as it's reading, jostle for a piece of the 60 billion promised by China during the FOCAC summit, Eswatini, formerly Swaziland, remains resolute in her stance not to have a relationship with China. Find out why. China is Africa's biggest trading partner. This is why over 40 African heads of state and representatives were in Beijing, China between September the 3rd and 4th, 2018 for the Forum for Africa-China Cooperation. That's what FOCAC, Forum for Africa-China Cooperation, which will tighten China's grip over Africa and deepen Africa's dependency. However, only one country in the continent wants none of the Chinese support and has refused to adhere to the terms of China to benefit from the development drive. This country is Eswatini. only absolute monarchy in the world that was formerly known as Swaziland. The tiny kingdom was absent from Africa Summit and appears to have no plans of attending any time soon. Well, big them up, yeah? Let's big up Swaziland. Let's big them up, yeah? These little, little tiny kingdoms standing up to the Goliaths. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let me read this off quickly, yeah? It says that the last African nation that still recognized Taiwan as an independent country, much to the dismay of the Chinese leadership in Beijing that considers Taiwan to be a wayward province. Now, Taiwan has had a lot of business in the Caribbean for some time, yeah? And now the Chinese are pulling their way in now and taking over that. Anyway, it goes to say that Swaziland Foreign Minister Magwagi, I'm not so sure if I'm pronouncing that right, yeah? Any names that you hear me pronouncing, don't count on me for pronouncing it right, because I'm telling you straight, I'm not going to pronounce it right, yeah? But I'm going to have a go. Anyway, it says Swaziland Foreign Minister Magwagwa Gamadezi recently re-emphasized the kingdom's commitment to Taiwan, warning China that Beijing must not play mind games because our relationship with Taiwan is over 50 years old, so we will not dump them. We have no desire to change camps since Taiwan has been good to us. Until recently, Eswatini, Sao Tome and Principe and Burkina Faso were the only African countries that recognized China's estranged ally, Taiwan, and were punished with aid restrictions. Wow, you see that? The same tactics that Donald Trump's United States of America is dishing out. China's dishing out the same thing. So China's saying that if you don't play ball with me, well, we're going to just cut you off, innit? This is what I'm saying. They get you to be dependent on them, and then they use their money or whatever they got to pull the rug right underneath your feet. Serious. That's why you should never, ever depend on any country for anything. This is the biggest sellout. Yeah? So when people's talking about reparations, you need to know what you're talking about. Yeah? Because I'm going to talk about it from a different perspective. Alright? You see what I'm saying? Because where I come from and where certain people that I know come from, going back ancient of ancient times, there's certain things we don't do and we don't mix. It's plain. It's as simple as that. Alright, so anyway, it goes and say, because why? We don't trust nothing. That's why. We don't trust people like these people. Anyway, it goes to say, meanwhile, China has assisted the rest of the continent with 60 billion in 2015 and presently another 60 billion for Africa and a clean-up of the debt maturing by this year of its least developed countries, LDCs, highly indebted, landlocked and small island states. I'm going to conclude here now. This formed part of the 8 new initiatives announced at the Forum for Africa-China Cooperation in Beijing between September the 3rd and 4th. China has launched an initiative to promote non-resources based China imports from Africa and a 5 billion special fund to accelerate such efforts. China and Taiwan separated in 1949 after the communist victory in the Civil War that saw the nationalists flee to the island. The two sides have never united ever since, despite back and forth diplomatic battles. China has assured that any country that establishes ties with Taiwan will be sanctioned diplomatically. Yeah, that. See what I'm saying? In business, these people don't play around. So why have we got black leaders playing and joking around? China don't mess around. Their leaders not messing around. They ain't wrapping up. The Americans not wrapping up. The Russians not wrapping up. All the other leaders ain't wrapping up. But you got the black leaders giving away the resources like candies. Please. Alright, so I've got one more article I want to bust here before I go. Now this one is so right in your face. This is what I'm talking about. Slam, bam, damn. Yeah? UN truck overturns with stolen Congo minerals. Now, I just needed to hear this, innit? I just needed this. This is the fuel, right? Because there's already, if people said, I remember somebody a few years ago said to me, this whole thing around this relationship between China and Africa and the Caribbean and all this, how's it going to sway? Yeah? I said, no, I'm not supporting that at all. I'm not defending that at all. I'm not supporting that at all. You get what I'm saying? That's not where I'm coming from. Because that's not where we need to go or need to be. You see what I'm saying? Yeah? But I don't know when are people going to get into their thick skulls. You got people that claim to be conscious, claim to be liberated, and all of this fancy talk. But yet they're quick to sell out. Okay? What is a sellout? What is a sellout? Does anybody know how to differentiate, distinguish what is a sellout? Now there's this argument now that the look, there's this thing now. You can go to this now. Chinese contractor fighting with a Ugandan state minister. Now, for stealing. Again. Right? You think these people ain't robbing you blind? What are you talking about? Yeah? So you can go and check that out. And then or you can say, another Chinese contractor fights Ugandan minister. Now you imagine a Ugandan minister has come up to this Chinese contractor and said, Wagwan, what are you doing with those minerals? They're not your minerals to steal. The Chinese man the contractor wants to fight the minister, you know. He wants to fight, he attacked the minister. They don't respect the ministers. What are you talking about? Now, UN truck overturned with stolen Congo minerals. Now this should be slapped bang all over the media. It should be everywhere. The United Nations, this is one of the biggest organizations on the planet Earth. What are you talking about? Why do they need to steal? You tell me. Alright, let me read this article before I head out. Yeah? It says the United Nations truck which overturned on Monday. Why did it overturn? Is it the works? Overturned on Monday and has been found to be carrying illegal minerals. Alright? So if you're telling me that these people are doing good, what are you talking about? What good are they doing? Show me the evidence. It says that, look, this has attracted a lot of criticism. Some critics argue that since the establishment of the UN mission in the Democratic Republic Congo, the United Nations peacekeepers, the dirty United Nations peacekeepers, have not been the exception of having interest in Congolese natural resources. Among allegations, they are slaughtering elephants and the illegal trafficking of natural resources, with evidence of sacks of minerals from a UN vehicle confirmed the reason UN's most expensive peacekeeping mission is likely not to end any sooner, despite scarcity in its achievements and critiques said. For example, a UN staff was on the 21st of August 2011 at the border crossing with Rwanda with 1,200 kilograms of casterite in his UN marked vehicle plate number 1727. Yeah, it says here, look, I got another announcement. Look, 801 says, look, let me just stop there. It says there, Sayshara, tell the listeners not to buy saltfish because it mainly comes from China. The thing is, it's not fish, it's snake. Raw! With its skin peeled off. That's why people are falling sick. Raw, thank you for that, 801. Do you hear that? Do not buy saltfish. I'm not buying no saltfish, yeah? I'm not buying no saltfish or eat saltfish ever. Until they sort that out, clean that one up, yeah? Alright, thanks 801. Yeah, that we love saltfish, yeah? We love our saltfish, huh? Yeah, you know that. Love the saltfish and dumpling and them thing there, yeah? Anyway, so look. Let me continue about this UN. Look, go to this article and tell me if I'm lying. UN truck overturns with stolen Congo minerals. So how long has this been going on? It says there, look. The UN mission is all about exploiting, innit? Yeah, that's what they're there for, innit? They're there to exploit, right? Now this noise is really irritating me, so I'm just gonna be looking to kind of head out. I want to apologize for this. This is it's so out of character. This is not Genesis Radio. It's just, I don't know why they're attacking me, Sayshara. I don't know why it's happening. I mean, I don't know if anybody was tuning into DJ Gigs. I want to big up DJ Gigs, but I don't think he had any problems. I never heard anybody earlier on today on the People's Talk Show. I want to big up the People's Talk Show. Sunday between 2 and 6 p.m. All through the week, I don't think nobody's had any problem. Why me? You can tell me, explain somebody, because somebody played. Now, I can't keep on do this. I can't keep on doing this. This is not very good. Yeah? And there's nothing I'm doing. Everything is okay. With the equipment so far. Yeah? Alright, so look. I really wanted to talk about, and I'm gonna talk about it next week, yeah? But what is the connection with Black Panthers and this whole thing to do with Americans talking about repatriation? You get, because what I'm getting to look at things now, yeah? I've got a very different way of looking at things. I'm sorry, I apologize if you think the way I'm looking at things is I'm like out there. You might think, oh, Sayshara, you're out there, innit? Wow, you're right. Like you're like some different wavelengths, yeah. But listen to this, right? You got Black Americans talking about. They're talking about this film. Black Panthers have given them this kind of, I don't know, this inspiration, this kind of empowerment, this upliftment, this euphoria, an idea, thought, some sort of consciousness, yeah? This way of looking at things, that they want to return back to Africa. I think there's something wrong with that. I seriously think there's something wrong with the film Black Panthers and this whole thing to do with repatriation. And I'm going to be truthful, and I want to be talking about this next week, yeah? Because I think there's something wrong with Black America anyway. But for years, some people have been talking about going back to Africa and the old roots thing and all of this stuff, okay? And then very few really go there. And when they go there, they don't really do anything, yeah? There's very few people that's done that. There's one or two people, yes. And there's people that said they've gone there, or people saying that they've gone there and they've done things, but they don't say they've done things. We need people that's credible, that say they've done things over there, so that people can see that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Michael Jackson, yeah, he's done this and he's done that. Why didn't he say he done it? We don't want to hear people saying they're doing things in secret. That is no good. That is not inspirational. That's not uplifting. That's not empowering. That's not encouraging. That's no good. Okay? So if people out there that's doing something out there, say it loud and proud, innit? What's the deal? Why are we being secret? We've got nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? So why I'm going to be looking at talking about this connection, because I think it's a lame excuse for these Black Americans over there to all of a sudden, out of a 90-minute film that was produced by Hollywood, one of the sickest places on the planet Earth, alright? And they're having to clean house there. They can't do nothing. They're stuck right there. They got a lot of cleaning to do right there. I'm not going to even talk about that right now. But there will be a time when I do. I'm going to talk about the nastiness that goes on right there and how it's affecting us. Yeah? Because you're telling me you're going to have a bunch of sick people going to Africa, yeah, without no checks or boundaries. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? That to me, you know, I think it's not very good right now. And I think we have to be careful, right, of, you know, I'm not talking about all Black Africans and Americans in America. I'm not talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm just saying, yeah, that I feel there's something real sinister about the whole thing. You get what I'm saying? When all of a sudden there's this mass movement from America that black people want to repatriate, and they're not even talking about reparations. Reparations not uttering in their mouth. What you're talking about? You cannot be there. Yeah, these people have been talking about white oppression, and now they're saying that they want to escape from white oppression. They want to escape from white oppression in America. Like, that's gonna go away if you go to Africa. It's not gonna go away. You see what I'm saying? Because the same system that's adopted, we've adopted all of this stuff. Okay, we're gonna bring it to that place there. And I don't agree with that. With our Western European mindset, our messed up institutional, messed up mindset. What are you talking about? How's that gonna work? That's why we need a reparation process. Not no silly little jungle bringing your thing, backyard thing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We need a proper process so people can basically transform. You got to transform, yeah? So you can transition, so you can transcend, so you can transition to get you there. So we're going to get a whole bunch of sick people coming there with a sick European westernized mindset. I'm not feeling that at all. Or, you know, people's basically saying that the Black Panthers moved them, the film. And that's fine. But we need to be organized. We need to be structured. Yeah? We need to put things in place. Yeah? So look, enough said, enough of the noise in the background, because, you know what I'm saying, I can't do nothing with that. What can I do with that? Alright? And I don't want to keep on complaining about it. Alright? I don't know what I'm going to do next week. If it goes like this, yeah? I don't know what I'm going to do, but it may be, I'm gonna have to go to the engineers and talk to them about this, yeah? And maybe if you got any ideas, let me know, right? But other than that, I got a text. Let me see, I'm gonna pick up all those people that turned up at IE Jeans, all those people that's putting in work. Yeah, IE Jeans, culture Sunday African culture market. I'll give you the announcements next week where she's gonna be, all right, or where that's gonna happen, all right. And I'm so quick to want to get out of here, man, because that noise is so freaking annoying. Yeah, I'm sorry, I apologize once again. It's not me, it's not me, it's not me. Alright? Like I said, I want you to go. I want to try and do this really good and proper. I really want to do it really good for you. Yeah? I want it to be perfect, so perfect. When I'm giving you information, it's exact and on point. I want everything to be clear. I want you to feel what I'm saying. Yeah? I'm not here to play silly games. I'm not here to trick or deceive people or fool people or lie or try and pretend and all of this stuff, right? I'm going to say things for what they are. I'm not scared of nothing or nobody or anything of what anybody wants to say that's going to affect us as a group of people. Yeah, that we've got to protect ourselves, protect our children, our family. Yeah, yeah. Regardless of what anybody wants to say, we have to protect our natural way of being and our natural environment, the thing that we feel that's right, good for us. You know what I'm saying? We're not about trying to hurt nobody or trying to destroy people's property or trying to rob anybody or anything like that. These are the things that's happening to us. So we don't want to be like that.
Your own.
Yeah?
And be yourself.
So look,
Genesis Radio,
you know what time it is, yeah? Sayshara's going to be out of here. And basically,
if you use your phone while you're driving and it's not hands-free, the penalty's been doubled.
Make sure
it's now 6 points
you
and £200. The trouble is, a lot of us
Genesis,
are
just tune in now and then, innit? Just tune in now and then, yeah? And just see what's up. What's up, yeah? What's up in London? Alright? And what's London going on with? Alright? Just keep me locked in and tuned. I want to say thank you for all those people. Thank you for your texts. Let me double check I haven't missed anything. Alright, so so somebody's saying that it's sunshine saltfish you must look out for. So the name of it is sunshine saltfish. So See, what we need to have our own things in place so that we can put a warning out there for our people out there that this is happening right now. That's what's happening over there. That's what's happening over there. You know what I'm saying? And that we keep our guard up, innit? Yeah? Alright. So look. I want to say thank you once again. I'm out of the signature tunes just coming in. And there's no way I can get rid of this noise but without some help. Yeah? So I'm gonna definitely be investigating. Alright? Thank you. Genesis Radio, Sayshara. Till next time. Same place. Genesis Radio.
Genesis